welcome to Monday, July 16th episode of Talk of the Tavern. And I just want to point out right now, right quick, did you notice my co-hosts weren't dancing? Do you want to know why? All I can say is, thanks, Skype.
Bitches.
Thanks, Skype.
I'm just going to open up with bitching with Skype. Let's just get this right out there right now. That's right, F-bomb. Fuck Skype.
F-bomb.
We broadcast with Skype. Oh, you know what? I'll get to this second. Let me introduce. I'm Travis. I'm your host. I'm drinking for my vices today heavily. Stone Ruination out of just a classic pint glass as opposed to one of my geeky ones. I also have some Paul Mason 4-year brandy on the side and a cigar. And then a soda in case I decide I want that. Apparently, I'm just gluttonous tonight. Thanks, Skype. Now, let me introduce the thing that I want most during the show. Andrea, what's your vices tonight?
Okay, I have hummus. Because thanks, Elizabeth, with her hummus. And I have this big old bottle of Eclipse wine from the ABC store. In Virginia, we have ABC stores. I'm going to drink all of it. Thanks, Skype.
Just pick one of the others
Hi,
and
John.
pass it on to them.
Hi, Briar Cub.
Hey, Briar Cub, been a day, hasn't it? Good to see you, man. Ed, what do you got?
Jack Daniel's Single Barrel.
Drink one for me.
Yeah. And my usual caramel apple.
Nice. What about you, Elizabeth? What do you got today?
I'm trying to get centered in my thing.
I know. It's challenging.
I got a thing to put in your center.
Well, in celebration. Promises. In celebration of our speakeasy, I'm drinking just tea.
Yeah, you are.
Nice. A little bourbon in it. By the way, for our viewers, you'll
And
notice...
water. Water from my dick plum.
For our viewers, you'll notice two things on your screen on the bottom next to the tip jar. I've got a goal of getting 2 new subscribers today. That's all I'm hoping to get, just 2 new subscribers. And you'll also see, this is going to stay up all week, I have a thing right there that's trying to get $35 to get gin because I don't have any gin for Ginpunk week. That I'll explain what that fucking means in a minute. First, we're going to go back to bitching about Skype.
No.
Oh,
First,
yeah?
all of our viewers, if you would go down below the video and hit that share button and let everyone know to come here and join us down and come to the speakeasy.
That's true. She's got a good point there. Going down makes us happy, and it makes more people come.
It makes me happy.
I like it.
Facts are facts, folks. You can't argue science. Actually, you can. That's kind of the whole point of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's ding our... Oh, who popped in? Because I'm feeling like calling people out. Ian, good to see you, man. Glad to have you drop in. Toey, Skipper, I got a card, and I need your help. By the way, thank you so much for the headphones and everything. I received them today. You sent this, okay?
Just funny as hell in its own.
So it looks great, and I see where it says Shakespeare with holes, and then all I can read on the other one is hard.
What does it say?
Bard. Wait, maybe it's Bard. Yeah, I Shakespeare with hole, Shakespeare something Bard. I don't know what it's saying, man. I need your help with this one. Who else do I need to call out and say hello to? John, we already said hello to you.
I'm going to call out John because if you notice this camera.
That's true. Oh, John.
That's true.
It was lovely. She set up the camera. She went, what a better quality. This is a great camera. And look, I can adjust. Yeah, the zoom on it. And then I went, oh, look, there's a Skype update there saying we have to have. Let's get that. Suddenly, Skype, you lose the features. John, I think this is the version you had that I was like, no, it's right over there. Go click there. And you're like, no, it's not.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they're forcing it on everybody now. We have lost options. And yes, if there's only 3 of us, one of them takes up half the screen, the other two take up the other half together. It's total fucking bullshit.
Okay. For my channel, all the beautiful overlays I did for the gaming, can't use them.
Yeah, we got to redo all our
okay.
overlays. By the way, Ian says, enjoying my iced coffee and house blend pipe tobacco whilst bitching out Skype. Are you doing it on our behalf, or are you doing it on your own? Because the more of us that actually genuinely do this, please give us our features back. Please give us control of where people are on the window and what size they are, because that should be pretty simple. And by
Yeah, what he said.
you know, Toei, maybe it's time to move on to something else. Technology grows, and it
Okay.
hits a size, and it explodes, and something new rises.
Maybe this is why everybody's using Discord.
Well, Discord, I still have to figure out if it does multiple person video or not. I've heard it both ways. So until... Yeah, but we might be on to Discord soon, because that's what we have to do. John and us were talking about that when we were over at his shop today. Hey, quick plug for Jerseys, Cards, and Games in Gloucester, where John runs it. He's awesome, and we had a good time, and made up some characters for Andrea's channel.
I have the flyer.
We also have gaming mats now.
Well, the flyer I will be putting up after the first break when more people are here.
Okay.
And during all of our daytime shows.
Okay. I heard something. Oh, by the way, if suddenly I disappear or the whole stream disappears, Skype has randomly shut down on me twice so far tonight. So for all our folks here right away, hanging out. Yeah. If suddenly we disappear, give us a minute. I'll get it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, when you hit the share button, just do hashtag you
Thank
suck,
you.
Skype. Skype sucks.
Yeah. No forced upgrades. Oh my God, Kenny, calm down. Jersey Cards and Comics.
Not from Jersey.
Hell.
Jersey.
This is John. He plays Thursday night game superheroes with us. That's FaZe. Yeah, you. And Toei leaves the building. Shakespeare with holes. No holes barred. Okay, that's funny. Thank you, Jamie.
Okay, that's
Thank
funny.
you. Gotcha.
Because he got it in the mail, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, we did it now. It's because it's photo paper. If you look, a lot of times it will smear. And
Especially at the bottom.
Another feature we lost previously, guys. I would play our intro music or whatever music, and I could share system sounds with these guys here. And somebody from Surrey, British Columbia is calling me right now. What the hell? And now we don't have that option. I can't share those sounds with them anymore. Thanks, Skype.
Thanks, guy.
Oh man, see, the tabletop gaming is gonna suck because no music, no sound. You know what? They won't be able to hear. When there's bits and stuff, we won't be able to hear it now.
Yeah. You know what? Guys, I had two things muted, but apparently you guys can hear me. I don't know. Because the mic and my desktop audio was muted.
Oh god, everyone watching, listening, what did you hear? What did you not hear?
Did you hear everybody talking? See.
Hi.
Hi. What do we?
Everybody speak.
Everybody
speak so we can see if they hear.
John.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not actually from Jersey. I just
squeeze them up all. Squeeze them
Oh.
all.
Okay. My effing headphones are battery low. Oh, you have headphones that take batteries? You're special. So Ian, I'm curious. Are you bitching at Skype for our sake, or do you have something else going on there? I don't know. Apparently they heard me, even though my microphone was theoretically muted on. It worked. I don't know.
Because I'm around.
Everybody everything works when you're around.
That's my mutant power, man. I make things just technology go haywire, but in a good way.
It's just excited to see you like a puppy. Okay, so anybody have anything cool or interesting go on in the past 7 days since we last hung out? Go ahead, Andrea. Talk about that.
Camera. Got a camera. John gave me a camera. I didn't know he was supposed to or whatever, but awesome. And now you can see me. Oh, there it's focusing.
I know, I'm watching it like go out of focus as you're saying it.
Because I'm moving. But I had my backdrop. I'm just upset about Skype. Don't talk to me.
Oh.
See, and I click, it has a little plus in the lower right hand corner, and I click on the little plus, like it's gonna give me like bonus stuff. I'm like, all right,
More.
all that's on there is hold call.
Yeah. You put too many letters in that little plus. It's just a little plus.
It says screen share, snapshot, show reactions, and hold call on mine.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna mess up the screen, guys. Let me just minimize the screen here, so I can. God damn! Yay, Skype! Wait a minute.
What was that?
I don't know. Puts little face. It won't let me shrink it, like vertically, only horizontally.
It won't
Show reactions.
Oh, he said, how are you doing that?
Share screen, hold call. Yeah, I can no longer. Fuck you, Skype.
It's the little reaction, but I'd rather have the sound back than have a fucking reaction.
How did that happen,
You
though?
click on that little heart over in the right-hand corner.
I don't have one.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I have no heart.
There's no middle finger. Do you have your Skype full screen, D'Andrea? You got to have a full screen to see all that shit. That's right. I'm with. Yeah, exactly. And then we have a snapshot, so now we can take a screenshot. Yay!
Boo.
Fuck you, Skype. Bullshit, ass-eating motherfucker. I'm just saying.
Especially times.
That's how. Do you want pink eye? Because that's how you get pink eye.
Hi, Overdrive. How are you? Good to see you, man. How's drilling on the water? I seem less. See, and by the way, now if you'll notice on the screen, guys, Elizabeth has a double picture because Skype puts this wonderful little box up there that I can drag around, and I don't know why. Because
And it keeps popping back up all the fucking time.
I close it, and then if I come over here and hit this, and then go, okay, that's not what I want. Let me come back over here now. Bang, it appears again. Thanks, Skype.
You suck.
Skype.
I think we're almost done.
Anybody know about Discord? If you know about Discord, please let us know. We will talk to you later.
We're pissed at Skype Overdrive. Basically, they forced a brand new version on us, which raped us of, and I use that word in a...
Didn't even
Hashtag
kiss
me
me
too.
first.
Yeah.
Me too.
Basically,
Me
it
too.
took away a lot of features that were important to us. And
Hashtag my ass. They pounded us.
Me too.
drop some... The first thing I need to know about Discord is, A, can we do multiple person video calls on it? That's
Like
the first
Skype.
thing I need to know. Because if the answer to that is no, we're done. There's no more I need to know. We can't use it.
Do you use Skype?
Dropsum says,
Oh,
not
not yet.
yet. The only folks who wanted me to Skype with them were young and a pain, never really got much into it. Ian, I am offended. We have asked you to Skype multiple times.
But we're young and annoyed.
Okay, Andrea's right. Never mind. Overdrive never used Skype, but I could understand you guys and gals being upset doing what you do. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's removed a few features that were integral to how we do things and our presentation. And it's just, frankly, really fucking annoying. And now I'll get rid of that stuff. Look, that box is back. Thank God.
What box?
One that appears in the middle of the screen. And hello to everybody just jumping and joining us.
Elizabeth's box back?
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, who else do we got here that I'm going to call out and say hello to? And by the way, Briarcup, don't forget to talk unless you're, doing other stuff while we're on in the background.
Unless you don't want to talk to us, that's okay too.
I wasn't giving that option. Thanks for ruining it.
Thanks, Skype.
Thanks, Skype.
Thanks, Skype.
And who else? Lady Skipper. Good to see you guys. Thanks for dropping in, everyone. Can try Google Hangouts. See, I've used that before, but it's been years. So they might have fixed the problems that I had back in 2013. Okay, there you go, Brian. We're glad to see you, and we'd like to know you're around. And, if you decide you got to bail, say goodbye. We'll give you a shout out on your way out the door and stuff. Okay.
We'll know we offended you. It's okay.
Let's see. What else do we have happen this week, Andrea?
Oh, no.
I don't think much of anything.
I had a very prolific week, and I'm a third of the way through my screenplay.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. And some of the scenes are a little scary. It is a comedy horror, but
I think
it's pretty gross.
A good comedy horror should have some scary scenes. If we look at Evil Dead, of course, or Shaun of the Dead, or not Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead.
That was
Zombieland.
great. I love that movie.
Yeah, Overdrive, that's the reference I made in the beginning with the whole Obama thing. But now we can smack it over to... Hey guys, go click that link, follow Andrea. And,
that's what happened this past 7 days. We did our swim... He did, he subscribed too.
Yeah, I did.
We did our swimsuit beach episode.
Yes, we did.
That was so much fun.
That's something else I want to know, guys. Guys, if you know how to get free bits, try and see if you can do it and tell me if they're still out of bits, because I've been able to get it for 3 days now. By it, I mean bits.
I've been able to get it for longer than that.
And Grouchy Grandma, that might not be your problem. It could be everybody's. So that's why I'm curious. If you're not sure how to get free bits, go down to the chat box. Click on the diamond/triangle shape. We're waving back, Jewel. And then click on Get Bits. Go to the top. It says Watch Ads. Click on that. If that's grayed out, let me know. So I know it's everybody's problem, not just mine.
Jules, like, I'm waving at the screen like y'all can see me. We can see you.
We
can see you.
Maybe I'll just take this box way over here onto the second monitor. No, it doesn't go behind things. I can't even click on something to make it fall behind things.
Oh.
Mine just keeps popping up every now and then in the second monitor. And just
I don't have another box popping up.
I close it and it...
Well, the other thing it's doing
I got
is
nothing.
There's times where, you know how it has like the icons on the bottom and then they disappear once in a while? Until you mouse over the screen again. Mine aren't disappearing. They're staying up, and thus...
Mine aren't either.
They're actually showing on the Twitch thing. Followed Andrea. Overdrive, thank you so much. Yes, Army of Darkness was actually part 3 of the Evil Dead movies. The first one was Evil Dead. The second one was actually a remake of the first one to make it more comedic, since the first one was his college project, I believe, of Sam Raimi.
I think everybody's having trouble with bits. It's not just you, because I haven't been able to. Trevin has it. Other people I know with Twitch channels, nobody's been able to get bits. I think it's a Twitch problem.
Okay.
So.
And Ian, I really appreciate that. From what Dropsome said is, it doesn't do multiple video, but if you guys keep us in your mind, and if suddenly it starts doing that, let us know, and we'll look at bailing on Skype, because fuck you.
Oh, I had a great idea, and I'm just going to bring it up on air.
Go ahead.
If we get a certain amount of subscribers, whatever our goal is, let's have a pajama party.
No, the subscriber goal is 2. I figure I should start small. Now, when I get to a certain number, like 25, yes, pajama party is
Okay.
possible.
Do you know what I
25.
sleep in?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And Ed, I've been thinking about this. They removed the nipple thing, so as long as Kevin's not grappling with his nipples, and we're actually in a video break before any of us stand up if we sleep in the buff, it shouldn't matter. It should be fine.
Okay.
Because downloading Discord, that's what I thought. I might be wrong. I am looking into it right now on Discord. Thank you, Drop. Appreciate that, buddy. Sir Skipper cannot get bits either. Okay, so that's not just me.
It's everybody.
God damn, Skype will not get rid of... okay. Eating fig noodles tonight. Yes, Andrea. We need to ask Ed about his house.
Yeah.
Which one out?
How's it going, man?
Okay.
Just touch up here and there. It's like every time you walk into a room, think, oh shit, I'm done. Oh no, I got to do that.
Okay,
But,
you know how to make a punch list, and that's what
Yeah, I
you
know.
need to do. You got to walk
Punch it.
through and.
We did get some kayaking and hiking in last week, and had some friends over Saturday. Had a good sex conversation. I guess I'll save that for third hour, though. But
Oh.
Well, tonight, guys, let me tell you about Ginpunk, and then we will come right back to exactly what you're saying, Ed. Okay, guys, we started out when we went on live radio as opposed to the previous podcast of Talk of the Tavern. When we went live every week, we became Sounds of Steam. We were very steampunk oriented. Did a lot with the steampunk community. Still held a lot of love for them. But then we needed a broader topic base. Went back to Talk of the Tavern, which is what we were originally. And a few weeks ago, we were talking to some of the steampunk guests, and I decided, well, we want something. And with our logo and style, we like the Prohibition era. The mobsters and bathtub gin and speakeasies and the good jazz, not fucking light jazz. And
Jazz fever.
Jazz fever, exactly. And so we wanted to coin a phrase that was uniquely ours. So instead of diesel punk or steampunk, and we couldn't go with speakeasy punk because that's too much, or gangster punk, we decided on Ginpunk. Talk of the Tavern is Ginpunk. So we're going to talk about Prohibition and mobsters and the 20s and 30s and the Great Depression and running moonshine, and we're going to drink while doing all this. And that's our thing this week.
Here, here.
Yeah, there we go. Opening toast. Hey, here's to having friends you can get with to bitch about the little minor inconveniences of our first world problems.
yeah, you can get
Thanks, Skype.
anytime.
Thanks, guy.
Okay. Overdrive says, I wholeheartedly agree we should put a flaming bag of dog shit on the steps of Microsoft. Wait, they own Skype, right? Mm-hmm. I forget who the hell owns what nowadays. One of the few megacorps. Absolutely.
I'm not touching dog poop.
I'll provide the food.
Do you want pink
You
eye?
don't.
You get pink eye from
That's
the
how
brown
you
eye.
get pink.
Oh, that's cool. You can
What?
see my dragon tree poking up over the bed.
Yeah.
He's sprouting a new branch. He's decided he's going to expand his territory. And it's right at the base of the trunk. So I kind of would prefer it to go up and out, and now it wants to go this way. So
All about
I don't
it.
know if I should prune the green or just let it go. So
Oh.
I'm going to allow a life form to express themselves, and I'll decide that later.
Mhm. Let it grow, and then you can get its own pot later.
Let it grow. Let it grow. Don't tell it where it should go.
Don't tell me what to do.
Overdrive, yes and no. Overdrive asks, well, wait, isn't steampunk where they paint shit to look weathered and add unnecessary parts onto things for aesthetics? Look, aesthetics are all about adding unnecessary parts, no matter where you go or what you do. That's
Not
why
me.
it's an aesthetic instead of functionality. So, but with steampunk, there's more than that. If you like Jules Verne, you like H.G. Wells, you like Bram Stoker's, even all the way forward literarily to Lovecraft. That's also steampunk. It's also the movement. It's all. Hey, Chuck, how are you? I'm sorry, I didn't. Your name was the same color as mine. Elizabeth is listening to Pandora because I can't share our music anymore with her, so she's like, I've got Pandora. Who needs you?
That sounds just like me.
Thanks, Skype.
It's like,
I do have a boogie.
I got a boogie just off.
Steam power toaster. I got soggy toast again. Thanks, Skype.
no. Ah!
Well, now Elizabeth really doesn't have to react at all. She can sit there like this the whole night and just go, that was funny. Hold on while I find that fucking... Thanks, Scott.
The camera keeps doing that thing.
The world is becoming a Denny's menu.
Yep.
Well, for all of our new people watching, go down below the video and hit that share button. Yeah. Hit that share button and let everyone know to come and join the tavern. But
if anyone out there knows how to make these little emojis, whatever, I would be willing to work with them and personalize some, especially for talk at the tavern.
Actually, that is a good point. When Talk at the Tavern hits partner, we are going to be able to create, I think it's 18 or 20 different emotes for our Twitch channel. Right now I have 3, depending if you're a subscriber. The mustached brandy glass. So these. And what happened?
Dropson says, okay, looked it up. You might be able to do more than one for video call. We'll have to test it out later. Oh!
Drop, let us know, man. And if you need, like, my email or some other way to communicate, just drop me a whisper and I'll get it to you when I have a chance. I don't like to do a lot of that while I'm on air. Yeah.
Pickle man emoji.
Yeah, well, absolutely. If we're going to have Elizabeth on here, why not get a pickle man emoji? Why not get an F-bomb emoji for Ed? You know, it's... Oh, we just need a little icon that's a big block letter that says after hours. You know, it's... Or third hour. Can you say third hour? Hold on while I drop that mic.
Third hour. You know,
wait for the third hour, yes.
You have there's such an expulsion of air to do those. You really have to watch where you are in regards to distance in the microphone. It's fine.
Yeah, otherwise
took a few tries.
Okay.
It's always something.
Kennedy says, "Oh, I may have to edit you. You can't be throwing around terms like stroke of inspiration." I don't know where my comments came from. Well, straight from your penis, dude. We watched it typing. There's a group of shooting enthusiasts called Zoot Shooters who dress as gangsters, malls, G-men, flappers while competing with Tommy guns and Colt 1911. That's beautiful. What?
Cool. That's awesome.
You can't put white paper in front of that. That's racist.
I think that's the board.
She's all fuzzy now. Hey, can you put your hand in front of your camera, then draw it away suddenly so it refocuses? Good job. That worked. That worked, actually. Don't keep doing it.
That's so funny.
Look, she fucking dancing. She was inspired to start drawing.
That fucking board is so huge.
That's what she said.
I'm trying to get to where I can draw on it and still talk to you guys.
Chuck says, I'm here due to a few strokes of inspiration. You're welcome, Skype. Toey says, I'm back. My husband always calls me around 8 p.m., so I miss half your first hour. Kennedy says, my penis is slightly curved upwards, not straight. You know what, dude? We don't judge. You don't have to be straight to hang out with us. We're okay with that. See, look, poor network connection just popping up. We might get cut off here in a second, guys. So bear with us. We'll be right
Is
back.
it because of his penis?
Poor network connection.
What the hell?
Tommy guns aren't cheap. Can you still get a Tommy gun?
Yeah, you can get semi-automatic ones.
Can you get semi-automatic or even where you can adjust it down to single shot?
That's what semi-automatic is.
Okay.
Single shot.
Well, I know, yeah. So you can get them semi-auto?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I wouldn't mind having one of those. That must be... How do you load the drum? Is it hard?
Not at the moment.
We need to get you one that's a squirt gun.
Well, I have Nerf guns that look like Tommy guns.
Yeah, we need a squirt gun. Because then you can run around either with water
or gin.
Jizz? What? No!
That's going to be hell to fill. Yes, Ed, please talk now.
Overdrive 753, is that John?
No, Overdrive is the guy, he hangs out with us during the day mostly, but he works on a rig dredging just offshore in Jersey currently, but moves around a bit. Good guy, good sense of humor.
I have enough guns for now, though. Oh, hell no. You never have enough guns.
You never have too many.
No.
Yeah.
You need one more.
Totally treat him like we treat all of our regulars. He fits right in. And Chuck does too. So harass the fuck out of these
and he keeps coming back.
Yeah, he shows up again. Now, Drop, we got to be delicate with him, so, you know. He just sent me a whisper. Hold on, I got to whisper him back. Let's see. You know, I guess I could have just said it on air, but I'll put it here in case he's fall over drunk and needs to read it later. Okay. Drop, I will
What, that he's offended?
No. Don't worry that he's offended. But, Drop, I'll get to that later. So you just load the drum one round at a time. Make sure it doesn't jam up. Okay. Why do you only have 4 toes on each foot? What the fuck?
The baby toe.
I got hungry.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know, we just got a tweet from Twitch support. We have recovered from the issue impacting bits and some Twitch Prime features. Everybody go see if you can watch a video. We'll talk about nothing for a minute. And I am clicking on that link, Ian, because that is fucking cool, and I want in on that shit. I have zoot suits. I have, and we were going to dress, but after today...
I dressed.
You did. I came naked. And then I got dressed afterwards. By the way, thank you, Elizabeth. Your enthusiasm is overwhelming. You have totally moved off to the corner. Like you're hiding from a monster in the dark.
I can't get bits.
Alright, I'm gonna mess with this board a little bit. Everybody's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I can't get bits.
Yeah, Overdrive. We're glad to have you back, buddy. Can't get bits. You might, Andrew, try refreshing the page, like a Control F5.
Then I'll lose all the chat.
Yes, you will. Just read everything up to here, then hit Control F5, and you'll be okay. Not a big following on the East Coast. Well, maybe we could do that. Chuck says, "Isn't nothing the whole show?" It is tonight. Overdrive. That's true. I bought a Scorpion Evo a few months back. The gun is fun at the range. Hey, you should try it on the open free.
Did he say about Scorpion butt?
He bought a Scorpion butt and he shoots people with it. Well, targets, I mean.
Oh.
Okay.
Feel better?
Okay, Toei just got some bits. So apparently bits are up and working again, guys. So there you go.
If only Skype were as responsive as Twitch. Oh, look, I'm going down. Oh.
The local delis are good, aren't they, Overdrive? She's back. She looks just like an emote. So emotive. By the way, notice on the screen, guys, today's subscriber goal is I'm hoping to get 2 new subscribers, and we don't have Gin for Ginpunk week, so I threw the donation thing up there. We're pushing for the big, massive number of $35. Don't give a damn thing. Do not support buying alcohol for a place called Talk of the Tavern with a bunch of drunks on screen.
For all of you, you know what? I'm going to throw my channel to go follow me.
Okay. I think I'm done pimping stuff. Oh, you know what else I need to know? Guys,
Yeah,
scroll down. We'll pimp your channel in just a second.
Oh, I got bits.
You know what?
You do.
I'm clicking on our own store because we have another store now. I am tempted to go get pint glasses with Talk of the Tavern because I don't.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
Hey! Everything's going slow.
Oh wait, that was somebody. There you go. Thank you for the subscription. We've got one for today.
Yeah.
Let me go change that real quick. Subscribe.
I'm already subscribed, so fuck you.
We'll just put that. Thank you so much for that sub. Hey.
What was that?
Ring.
That was me.
Oh, you got a bell.
So, okay, yeah, I can't get pint glasses there. Never mind. I'd have to get them from Cafe Price. Okay, go down below. You'll see I have a bunch of new icons for the newsletter, merchandise, donate, social media, so on, so on. Give me a quick talk about those guys. Give me opinions. I'm curious what you guys think. If you've never looked below chat before, then don't worry about it, because I kind of want a contrasting opinion.
If you've never looked down below before. Oh yeah, I did see this. Never mind.
I don't know what you're missing.
What?
If you never look down below, you don't know what you're missing.
That's true, and I've cleaned it up for you. I trimmed the hedges, if you know what I mean.
Really?
Shrubbery.
No.
Everyone's looking at their screens.
That's
And the talking.
Thank you, Tori. Appreciate that.
Kennedy likes that you released the Kraken.
I did.
On my channel.
And the Kraken Master with his crack attack. The icon.
So he says it looks good.
Won't go away. It's killing me. Why won't they go away? Make them go away, Ed. Make them go away.
Get a Tommy gun.
I think those would just be fun to use. Gma, I don't know what to tell you about the bits. Once again, when you refresh the page, hold down Control and press F5. That resets your cookies for that page. That may or may not do it.
Oh, cookies.
Kennedy says Elizabeth already went down and it's not even 9 p.m. So tell me, Kennedy, did Bob send you a message going, I'm not going to be on, please make lots of dick jokes? and I'm not bitching about it. I'm like, that's great, because we like that shit, so... we
gotta have someone when Bob's not here.
The women might be upset and offended. I can't speak for women.
I'm not upset by Dick. Joke.
We hung out with Dick today.
We did. He's gonna play on my channel next week.
Okay. So, Ginpunk.
Are you thinking about it?
I'm thinking about the whole era. Some great things were happening there. I don't know if you guys need more Richard jokes. Yeah, absolutely. Richard, who's been on the show during the week. But with Ginpunk, the era...
He's our other Brit. We're going to collect them all. Sorry.
After World War I, civil rights started to move forward, women's equality started to move forward, all kinds of things started to move forward. And then, with the stock market crash followed by the Great Depression, all those things were put on hold. Music, by the way, started to move forward too, and I suspect we would have had significant movement in all these aspects of our society 30 to 40 years sooner if our economic basis hadn't collapsed. Thanks, Skype. Chris Vector, the Tommy gun of the new millennia. Oh, the Chris Vector is the Tommy gun of the new millennia. I don't know what a Chris Vector is. Please mail me one. No? Okay.
Did you change? Oh, you did change it.
What'd I change?
Subscriber goal. Yeah, and as soon as we hit 25,
25 total, which if you guys are ever curious, you can come right over here. And I think you can type in subs. We are currently at 9. I'm just hoping to get one more for today. And that'll bring us to
when we hit
even
25, you can see my beaver.
Wow, what a
I've seen
beaver.
it.
And I'll show you my cock. Overdrive says, I personally have witnessed a talk with Tavern as perfect blend of insightful, deep, fair, balanced commentary and dick jokes. Here, here.
Well, at least we're balanced.
Or unbalanced.
Uh,
Fair and balanced for your pleasure.
Drop, I know what you're talking about. Drop, I'm going to leave this up. I will get back to you with the actual full name soon enough. And if you're not listening, then you'll figure it out later when it shows up
full
in
name
our
of
show.
what?
See, I'm like, oh, I'm talking the Tavern on Discord. But with Discord, they assign you a name and a 4-digit number afterwards. You can't just
They
be here's the name.
do. I have Discord.
So, Broad and Beaver, absolutely.
Can I get an 8-digit number? That would be more appropriate for me.
Ha
2 hands.
Yeah,
All we do
man.
is 2 hands. Oh man, that is a pretty nice. Now, where's the
The magazine?
yeah? Where's the magazine go? Does it go up in the
Wait.
grip? Yeah,
Up
right
near
here, if I see it.
Yeah, up near 4.
This is
yeah.
made by Glock.
No, they can take Glock magazines though.
Oh, that's nice. So, what caliber is this? 44?
That one's probably a 9. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
that's what my Glock
all right.
is.
9, 45, 10, 40. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, and it's only $1,500.
Yeah, that's all, man.
Oh, who's gonna get me one?
We're both
Down
good.
below. My wish list should be there and maybe on there. Oh, are the wish list still there?
Can I just add that to my Amazon wish list? Is that possible? I just,
Amazon won't sell firearms.
whatever caliber you want it in. Person. Overdrive, we absolutely get. Okay, you're still here. Drop. Good. Ed posted that. We got that. Anyhow. Cool. Okay. And yeah, like I said, I'll get you. So, are you guys fond of the era of the Ginpunk era?
It's okay.
Certain things. But I am accustomed to, nowadays with the hygiene things and stuff like that. But I do like the fashion of the era.
It wasn't until the
I like-
late 70s that we started washing our hair more than once a week.
Yeah, I mean, I like the concept of it, what would we think of it now, but I wouldn't actually want to live in that time because, I'm just saying.
No air conditioning.
Yeah, among other things.
Well,
That's
there's a reason oral sex
No
didn't show up
alcohol.
till we started, showering more than once a
Well,
week.
in the bathtub. And that's why they never showered, because they were making gin in there.
That's how you get pink tongue. Do you want pink tongue?
Can you imagine greasing your hair back and not cleaning it out at night?
No.
No.
I comb
I don't
out
want
my
to.
beard after eating to get rid of every damn crumb. I cannot imagine going a week. I would, shave my damn head rather than have hair that icky, ew, ew.
Kennedy wants you to define Ginpunk.
That's because Kennedy never fucking listens. Okay, Kennedy, here we go. After Steampunk
it.
came... and watch it repeatedly. After Steampunk came Dieselpunk. Well, there's this era that's where you have prohibition and jazz and bathtub gin and speakeasies and mobsters. And that's what we're focusing on with our Art Deco feel, our bar tavern feel. We're focusing on that area. We couldn't call it speakeasy punk or anything else, so we went with Ginpunk. Ginpunk is us, and we are Ginpunk. That's a good point. You got a fair excuse. Whatever, dude. You just don't listen. You also had headset problems too, so don't forget that.
Don't give him excuses.
Sorry. Okay, you know what? Who put that up? Ian. So, by the way, Overdrive said, check out the Scorpion Evo, see if you like that one. And Ian posted a link. So, oh, that's the Chris Vector again, though, you posted, isn't it, Ian? That is a lot of shit clipped to one gun. How front heavy is that damn thing?
Where did you post it?
Right there in chat, he posted. Okay, and Overdrive posted a link to the Scorpion Evo. Give me a second, I'm pulling it up, buddy. And Mom called.
I don't see it.
It's... Oh, that looks... You know what the Scorpion looks like? It looks like an Uzi done right.
Where is this? Skype.
In the chat, in the Twitch
I'm
chat.
going to send it to you in Messenger if you want, Elizabeth.
Thank you. When you say chat,
I was on
it
mute.
means nothing
You
to
hear
me.
me.
Okay, whenever we're on
saying
Twitch,
chat.
if I say
I don't know what
chat,
the fuck
it's Twitch, Elizabeth. There you go.
Thank you.
Twitch it.
I'll send it to you in a message. It's okay.
I got it.
Oh, you got it already?
Yeah, if ever we're on air and I say chat, I mean the chat.
Oh,
people in
point
chat.
spray. Yeah. I can't imagine your accuracy is very good with Scorpion. Unless you go single shot. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Just
wow.
extend it.
I don't really know anything about guns, but that looks like a lot of shit on there.
And it's classified as a pistol, huh?
Yeah,
Weird.
Yeah.
has to be.
Ed, you used one?
Nah.
I'd like to try one. Then I could tell you if I like it or not. So, yeah. That's it.
So, tell all of our viewers, do you guys like the 20s, 30s? What's your favorite era, if not? And go.
And how does a gun need a bra?
Because it's front heavy.
Oh, I guess.
What?
I feel like all the other guns would make fun of it. Anyhow. Elizabeth, do you have any thoughts on the late 20s, early 30s era?
I was having a discussion with a historian the other day, and we were talking about the Great Depression, and actually there's a lot of conjecture now insisting that we would have gotten out of it faster if it wasn't for Roosevelt's involvement with the New Deal and paying for people to put work. And the theory being that, hang on, let me get you guys back on. Government doesn't make money. They don't make a profit. They only spend our money.
Right.
And that by spending our money inappropriately, it's interfering with economic growth.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
So that was an interesting moment. I like it. It was a fun discussion. So that was my. I have a lot of. I really enjoy the films of. I'm so sick, man.
I'm good.
Hey, guys, can you keep chatting for a minute? I need to check
Sure.
something, please.
One-on-one or all four of us, I'm good. It works.
Okay. Okay. I love the movies of the 30s. They're really
You mean movies made in the 30s or remakes of movies about the 30s?
made in the 30s
Okay.
because they had such limitation and look what they did. And people forget Wizard of Oz was made in the 30s.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
and it took a while for color film to catch on because movie theaters just didn't want to go to the new projectors. Too expensive to handle the size of the film. Oh, true.
What was that?
Nothing important.
No, Kennedy says the Great Depression is oxymoron. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, sorry about that.
That was a quick one.
Well, yeah, it was. We heard a
Speaking
very
of guns.
large caliber single shot go off outside our house. So I just decided to go see, let's see if somebody in the house next to us is screaming. Yeah,
That sound is not normal.
we're used to hearing handguns going off during hunting season.
Handguns.
Rifle. The Great Depression is an oxymoron. Let's see here. Chuck
So
said,
that's the people who lived through it.
Funky Punk Chuck says the only reason we have issues with Social Security is due to government misappropriation of the social. You're kind of right. Me too, Elizabeth. I love the 30s as a film decade. And I should clarify, the 30s itself, the late 20s and the 30s, it sucked. It was a horrible time, and the stuff that I'm giving a nod to is very much the romanticized version of that point in history. There wasn't a whole lot good going on then.
The concept, like they portray in movies now, is what I like.
Yeah.
Funky Punk says, "Was there blood? Do you
Need
have
help
to go help dig a ditch?"
No, and with my neighbors, I wouldn't be assisting with digging ditches. I'd be assisting with getting the authorities on their ass. A bastard made me fight 3.5 years before granting my Social Security disability. There is pros and cons to being overly cautious, but it has hit a point of ridiculous when you can provide actual medical. Oh, Chuck, not that kind of
I did watch a movie the other night. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to the light. And I highly recommend it. I found it in the library, and my father asked me to watch it, so I did. And it's called Gabriel Over the White House. And it's a story about a man elected to the presidency, and he's a shyster, and he's with his party, and he's not going to do anything, and everything's a local problem, and he's just in it for the money. He even moves his mistress into the White House. That's his assistant. It's from the 30s, and he ends up dying or going into a coma, and Gabriel, the angel, visits him, and then he awakens a changed man, and then makes his presidency about the people. And then the discussion went from there about, is there a correlation to what's happening today with the rise of Trump and the ostracization from the party and what he's doing when he's there, and then we went from that point to the point of there was a very large amount of religion applied to this film because of God and Gabriel, and also a hefty dose of communism or socialism as well, because at the time period socialism was trying to get its grasp in our country, and communism got a real good foothold. And of course, this was leading up to the Second World War.
Right.
And it's an interesting dichotomy because then I did a little bit of research, and the writer, it was originally a book, and the writer, and of course I figured out their names, forgive me, of the screenplay is conservative, while the director was somewhat more liberal. They came together, and the writer kept pushing to make the movie work. You really had to push the strong part of religion. And it's not overbearing, it's just the presence of a supernatural power. And the fun part was only the mistress ever noticed, and nobody else did. So it's a fun film. Check it out. It's very good.
What was the name of it?
Strong. Gabriel Over the White House.
Okay. And there's a few comments on films here, but Toei also
Walter
said...
Houston is the main actor, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Toei says you can pick out all the bad things, but I disagree that it was a horrible time. People who lived then didn't think so. And I want to address this before we go into break here, which is supposed to be now. Ian says, huge surge in the film industry from the 30s, from vaudeville to film. Love the film. Love films like Prisoner of Zenda. What was that noise? Nobody knows. Okay. I don't know either.
It was me hosting you.
Was it? Okay. Oh, yeah, it says it right there. With Toei, I agree with you, by the way. Toei, who said you can pick out all the bad things, but I disagree that it was a horrible time. People who lived then didn't think so. Back in 2008, when our economy started to collapse and the housing industry, the banks, etc., were all collapsing, I said it would be better for them to let it collapse and let us enter a huge depression, so we have to fucking work hard again to bring ourselves back up, than to bail these things out with invisible money that doesn't actually exist. Because there is a certain charm to working hard, being proud about what you're doing, and showing something for what you did. Ed, go ahead.
Yes. But do you think enough people embrace that charm today?
No.
I was going to say the same thing as Toei had said, because I remember not long ago you did the video about making America great again. Mm-hmm. And I never did respond on that, and I apologize for that. But that was one of the things that I was thinking about, that era, the Great Depression, we were great because people did what they needed to do to get us through that. The country as a whole, America, was really great at that time in history.
Which is one of our lowest points economically. Yeah. But yeah, there's something to be said for when we come together and work hard and take responsibility and push together, we do great things. Okay, let's take a break here.
Already?
The noise was Chuck finding a piece of the Triforce. Way to go. I'm just going to call you, not Link, but Zelda, because I can. Okay, hold on. Let's go to break. Where were we? I did 4, I did 8. Let's do this break. We'll be right back, guys. 5 minutes. Don't forget to mute yourself, everyone. Shit. So I wanted to help my friend keep his New Year's resolution, so I got him these. She loves going fucking bear. Oh yeah. You know what I like?
What?
I like golden shit. See that? I heart this shit. So I asked Andrea what she wanted, and she pulled this out.
Heat and vibration.
Smoking those cigars will kill you.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to heaven. Heaven cigars. Die happy. Hey, want to see my cock? You ever wanted to touch one of Hulk's balls? I hope you're my rock. Hey, look, it's ice. Baby! What? No. I don't think that really matters. Gloves are so soft. It's like they're kid leather, made out of real kids. Look, it's a massage bar with 3 balls. It's like NWA is making games for kids now. I figured out why Popeye's girlfriend never got pregnant. Because olive oil had built-in protection. After all the Tide Pod challenges, you need a little something to rinse your mouth out with. OxyClean comes in pods too. Removes biological material. If I can clean up a mess from my peacock, 2 can too. This is a horrible product. Why would you have something to measure how much you like children? I do what I want.
Don't egg him on.
You want a piece of me?
No money.
Tell me what you prefer. Pitcher or catcher? Seen it all. Look, it's a poop sharpener. it gives a point to my shit. Look, I found a power gripping ring. What do you think you could stick in that? You know, sometimes when I just gotta go, but I can't, I need a little pre-poo. I'd like to show you some puppy fashion, also known as doggy style. I don't know if these puzzles are legit.
No, look. They're on the level.
The tavern. Here you're always welcome.
When going to the bathroom, it's important to have an adjustable hand grip. Otherwise, you just can't aim right. Adult gummies. That's like grandma toothless BJ porn. Is it me or do they seem kind of confused? Happy Valentine's Day? You turtledy rock. Got a real doodle head poking out. I love it. Hey look, it's Baby Alive. Baby go bye-bye. It's like mafia babies. Want to see something bananas? Farm Friends hand puppets. Don't give this to your teenage son. You know what that leads to in the future. Bestiality. You know what? I hate it when I get blackballed. Hey Bob, it's your lucky day. I found your wig. See, my mother would just bury him in the swamp. I'm in the ladies department. It's like a buffet. Here's a little bit kale brought in to start you out. And then we go get some cactus and kale for a secondary meal. And then wash it down with a little pineapple quench. And then we get some coconut milk as a shooter. And then to wrap it all up for dessert, island vanilla. I might be beautiful, but I won't be hungry anymore. I can't wait to get more shea butter. Can't you? Okay, and we're back. Oh, we need this. Here, guys, I got to do this so you can hear it now.
This week in history.
Thanks, Skype. Hey, Ed, what happened this week in history?
This week in history, shit happened, y'all. Sorry, I was listening to a little Duke Ellington there, getting in the mood. July 13th, 1970. Have you ever wondered what the end of the world would be like?
No.
Well, let me tell you. A bunch of people in New York found out because it went dark for 25 fucking hours and people lost their goddamn minds.
They did.
Yeah, the whole city. 4,500 looters were arrested. 1,616 stores were looted. The fire department responded to 1,037 fires. 550 police officers were injured trying to keep the peace. Damn.
Damn indeed.
I didn't know they could house that many. Not police officers, but...
When I was reading about it today, they said that they were like literally packing people in the basements of the police stations and every damn thing. And yeah, so I thought of that in conjunction with our upcoming show in August. You know,
which one?
Sudden Wilderness Survival.
Yeah, you know, I really hope they actually prosecuted those people pretty well. Just because, I don't know, so the message could get out there. Yeah, when society collapses for 24 hours, calm your shit down and go home and shut up.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Self-control. Crazy.
It is. It is, and I understand the whole mob mentality of why people attack. Next on Fox.
That's why I like living in the country, man.
Oh, Elizabeth. Overdrive, I can't disagree with you. Just shoot the looters. Yeah. It's and by the way, Toei, I'm gonna get back to what you have said before we were going on break, because, and also the movies and everything of that era. So guys, I will get back to that. whether this week in history takes 5 minutes or 55 minutes, as it did last week. Kennedy, we do not need announcements like you just got off. Okay, man? Just, no. What else happened this weekend?
Okay, 23 years ago, Amazon opened for business. Damn, I wish I bought some of that stock back then.
By the way,
we all though.
Chuck said, power went out at my house for 2 days. It just got cold and was bored of shit. Was bored of shit. yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what you should be like, oh, damn, I got nothing to do. Anybody know how to play Monopoly?
Yeah.
There's no more ice.
It's funny you mentioned that the other day. We were just cleaning up the house, the big renovation and shit, and I did actually find some board games, and we're throwing out, and I told Teresa, we're going to hold on to those. And she's like, why? I was like, hey, you never know.
That's why you've had them for years, for so long that you forgot you had them at all.
It's that much dust on top of them, you know.
Yeah, we went through and we got rid of, I guess, year and a half ago, we got rid of maybe 20 different board games. And I still see them and want to get them again. What are you giggling at, Ed?
Skipper, they're not looters, they're undocumented shoppers.
We donated our games to a convention, though.
Yeah, we did. Game room. Yeah, we went, let's give them to somebody. Because we don't mind giving to Goodwill or other such charities, but we want to... Nothing worse than going to Salvation Army and seeing a board game for the same price as it is in Target.
Yeah.
I'd rather give it to someone that'll use it than someone make a profit off of it.
And Toei, again, what you just posted there about the filter of smug academic of today, we will return to that, no matter how much I have to scroll up to find it. So, what else? Wait,
we got
that news report about board games?
I'm sorry.
Was that
Amazon? I don't know how we went to board games, but hey, it worked.
I don't know. Okay, go on. What?
We got space news this week, July 20th, 1969. Neil Armstrong makes one small step for mankind and steps onto the moon. Or one giant leap, or whatever that was. And yeah, go ahead.
It was like Riverdale, leaping and
It wasn't fake. It wasn't fake.
We did watch Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon.
Robots in disguise.
And saw the
flag was there.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they were busy investigating the Transformers landing on the moon. So.
That same day, July 20th, in 1976, the Viking lander landed on Mars.
Really?
And yeah, the Viking 1 landed, and a short time later, the Viking 2 landed. They took like 410,000 photos or something like that of the planet. They weren't as cool as the ones they have now. They didn't move. They were
stationary. They were a step though. And don't worry, Space Force is going to help make that shit happen again.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And that same date, July 20th. July 21st, the next day, the space shuttle Atlantis lifts off from NASA's final space shuttle mission. And
yeah, you think
so? Yeah.
So, what do you think? Will it be government or will it be private industry that moves forward with space programs?
Well, I think I think that is the purpose for Trump's idea of the Space Force, because now we're paying private industry for everything, to put a fucking satellite in outer space and every damn thing. Why continue to pay private industry for that when we can just, the government can do it themselves? So I think the government should do it themselves, then continue to contract that shit out and pay 5 times what it would actually cost to do it.
Skipper says Amazon delivery drones, skeet shooting with prizes. Overdrive says I lost. I feel like Elizabeth wants to use her laughy emoji on Skype. Thanks, Skype. We'll just put this up here for Elizabeth. Overdrive says, "Oh wow, good job! Wow, your mouse is over there." I lost power at home a few months ago for half a day, and all I did was finish a bottle of vodka. So kudos to the looters and the major blackouts for getting out and about and exercising.
Okay. I guess.
Funky Punk. Chuck says, to unite as a species, we need to redirect our urge to fight each other and take over land and move on to other planets. You know, all that will do is create a greater urge to deport people even further away.
Hey, it worked out for Australia.
That's true. Okay, good point. Devnall, how are ya, man? Good to see ya. We're just going through...
What up, Devnall?
Hey, Devnall!
Elon Musk got me following YouTube channel streaming the space launches again. He has created some positive movement forward, and go research his underground car train in LA. That looks fucking amazing. It's I have a hard time criticizing him, no matter how big of a douchebag he is, because he actually seems to be making forward momentum with something.
Yeah, I think he's trying.
I think for now, until he shows otherwise, I'll buy into it. Okay, Ed, what else happened?
Okay, 25 years ago, entertainment pop culture. 25 years ago, Hocus Pocus was released.
Great.
Oh.
30 years ago, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, Die Hard is released. Interesting thing about Die Hard, at a recent roast, Bruce Willis announced that Die Hard was not a Christmas movie. Okay, Bruce, I got some bad news for you, dude. Wrong. It has a Christmas tree. It's got Christmas presents. It's got people taking trips to visit family at Christmas time. It's got Christmas drinking.
We watch it every Christmas.
It's got a lot of people saying Merry Christmas and Christmas music. It's a fucking Christmas movie, okay? I'm sorry, Bruce. It's a Christmas movie. But he says it's not a Christmas movie. It's a Bruce Willis movie.
Oh.
You know what? I love Bruce Willis movies, but I've seen him in interviews. He's a bit of a dick. That's just a fact there, yeah.
18 years ago, X-Men was released. 27 years ago.
Launch what we are now currently going, okay, guys, we get the idea. And I still love each and every damn superhero movie that comes out. Yeah. But even as a fan of these things, I'm like, they're not special anymore. They're expected. They're worse than spaghetti westerns at this point in time. And now they're hitting TV so hard, we're finally getting less quality and more quantity. And it's gonna shift to where it is rare to have quality and you just got a bunch of crap. Okay.
Well, I don't even watch any of the TV stuff anymore. But,
we're watching Cloak and Dagger and all the other ones. I watch them all.
If you want a good superhero movie, go to the animation. Go to the anime. Live action, they're more focused on green screening and make the pretty amazing money shots. Mm-hmm. You know, there's some good stuff out there. You just have to be a little more picky. We're being a fed and all-you-can-eat buffet right now. So you're going to get to pick and choose. Don't fill up on the bread at the beginning of the line. Work your way down.
That's a good point. And by the way,
listen to the shadow.
The shadow knows.
The shadow.
You know, even with mainstream animation, DC animated movies almost always have a very good storyline.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed a ton of them. Hold on, we got some comments here. The newest rover on Mars are about the size of an SUV, says Kennedy. Funky Punk Chuck says Elon Musket. Got me following RedTube channels with streaming launches of a different kind. Overdrive. Firmly believe in the nation state and believe in the ever-increasing globalized economy they can still maintain for their sovereignty. I missed something. I feel like Overdrive. I have no idea where that comment came from.
Federal Reserve. Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Which we'll get back to that, guys, too, because that's very valid points. Toei agrees with Bruce Willis. It's okay. More than one person could be wrong, Toei. We don't mind.
Yeah.
Was Jesus in the movie? If not, it's not a Christmas movie. If only Christmas was about Jesus nowadays, that'd be awesome.
We did the movie. No, but the voice of God was in there.
Was it?
We did Die Hard come out. Wasn't it a summer movie?
Yeah, it came out in July, but Miracle on 34th Street also came out in the middle of summer.
But you can't expect an actor to do that kind of reasoning. Come on.
Alan Rickman was the voice of God in Dogma. He was in that.
Yeah, he was.
Christmas movie. It's okay.
And
I still love Die Hard. I still love that movie, and the script is really strong. It's fun to watch.
Absolutely. And
I don't think it was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go on, Andy.
That was a very fast-paced movie at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just every scene ended. It just increased the stakes. It just got worse and worse.
Yeah, it did.
And I remember when the scene where they blew out the windows and he had to run across in bare feet, and then he suffered for it for the rest of the film.
Yeah.
That you don't get a lot of that. So that was.
It was also in an era of movies where we had Schwarzenegger and Stallone, these superhumans almost, able to do anything.
Yeah.
Here was the everyman struggling for every inch that he gained. Right. And it was a beautiful thing. He was balding and not necessarily ripped, and he was sarcastic, cigarette smoking, with real-world problems of going through a breakup of some sort. Yeah. We all reconnected with a on-our-level hero. And by the way, as for if it's Christmas or not, I really don't give a fuck. It's fun to argue about because it's a stupid argument that nobody theoretically should get their feelings hurt about.
That's right. Because you make art and then you abandon it and walk away, and the people decide what to do with it.
Dropson, I think I did hear something about another one being in the works. I think it'd be like 5 or 6 now.
That
but yeah,
Indiana Jones. And by the way, 4 was complete crap for Die Hard.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer Christmas. Sam Jackson, the part 3, that was the best of the bunch.
I agree.
What the fuck are you doing?
Not just also Jeremy Irons as the villain was wonderful as Snape's brother come back. It was just a wonderfully complex, convoluted plot.
And he was hung over the whole time.
Which one of them?
Nice.
Bruce?
Bruce Willis. Yeah. He kept asking for aspirin.
Overdrive, don't worry about your lag, buddy. We got you covered. We'll get back to you when we find you. Skipper said, Earth first, will strip mine the other planets later. Overdrive responded with, where Earthlings will strip mine Earth things. Nothing like the feeling of bare feet walking on delicate shards of razor-sharp glass, says Chuck. Whatever you're into there, big guy. Back to the Access Kennedy. By the way, Overdrive, Chuck says, Dev, no. Here's
you got the 2.
Dude. Thanks, dude.
He has now subscribed for 8 months in a row. Here's the Dev, no. You the man.
Yeah, no. You're awesome. Hey, you see the picture?
I did not see it.
You get a gift. There's a gift.
Oh, yeah? All right. Let's check it out.
It was a gift for the subscribe. It's very Ginpunk.
All right. Hang on.
Hold on, let me go adjust that. We have made our goal of 2 out of 2 subscribers today. Appreciate that, guys. We have reached that goal. Now let's see if we can get past that goal and go even higher. Chuck Norris is the main man, says Devnall.
He's alright.
Devnall, you're our black Chuck Norris, buddy. You got a fist under your beard, too. That's right. Sorry. Wakanda forever! And what else happened in American history?
Okay. 27 years ago, Boys in the Hood was released starring Ice Cube and Cuba Gooding Jr. This is the picture that started Ice Cube's movie fame, I guess.
Which movie was it? Sorry, I was reading comments. Totally didn't even listen.
Boys in the Hood. It's a little gangsta LA.
Yeah, I remember it.
LA.
That's a good movie. That's good.
You remember there was that shot of he was running from the car? Remember that one?
Over and over again.
Over and over again.
23 years ago, speaking of gangsters, been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Dangerous Minds was released in theaters.
I still like the Weird Al version, living in an Amish paradise. I hear the original come on, and I start singing Weird Al's lyrics to it.
Amen.
Well done, Elizabeth. Is Boys in the Hood a Christmas movie? By the way, they started some Chuck Norris jokes, too.
I just have to put this out.
Go ahead.
Funky Punk says Bob Ross is Chuck Norris on the chill out days.
That's right. Because if he's going to do shit, he's going to do it over the top. Briar Cup, woohoo, 2 Weird Al references in one show. That's worth the subscribe. Bits or a bottle of gin. The more gin I have, the more Weird Al shit. No, I agree, Briar Cup. Good stuff. Okay, Ed, what else? Wait, we Boys in the Hood. Okay, go on.
37 years ago, Rick James released the hit Super Freak.
I'm Rick bitch. I saw Dave Chappelle on Ed. If you haven't watched it, Seinfeld has a series on Netflix called Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's worth a watch. Generally 20-minute episodes, sometimes as short as 12, sometimes up to 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But Dave Chappelle on it, what you think.
No, he's like not like on stage.
Going on. He's got some shit with therapy. But all in all, seemed like a really nice guy. You just enjoy the comments of Rick James?
I'm Rick James, bitch.
He went to school up in D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
an
really
art school, and now he goes back and like gives it a bunch of money every year. I want to say $1 million a year.
He gave him like his Oscar or something.
Yeah, he got an Oscar or Grammy or Emmy. It was an Emmy. And he brought it to school, and he's like, put it right there on the front counter and tell any of the kids here they could get one of these too. You never know.
Cool.
And I'm like, you know what? That's fucking decent.
Yeah.
And for his stage portrayal of, well, essentially gutter trash, good for you, man.
A lot of it's called acting, you know.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't realize with comedians that they are acting. They get a stage persona. They get an act on stage. That's not them. That's their character. And people don't realize this. Kennedy watched Roughhead Super Freak video a couple days ago. Dave Chappelle and Maya Angelou was great. Was that a porn?
No.
No?
No, it's a video. It's funnier than hell, man.
Is it really? Is it Super Freak?
Yeah, it's the video of it, like the documentary making it.
Wait, they did a documentary making of Rick James Super Freak with Dave Chappelle and Maya Angelou?
Yeah, on the show.
Oh, okay. Ed, is that the video that you just posted?
No, that's not that.
That's
just the next part of history.
Oh, okay. I'm going to forward that video. Watch it. Oh, I have opinions on these. Yeah, man.
You have opinions on
and
these?
You look
I do.
so good. His hair in the corner up there. He looks so good.
Thank you, Kennedy. I'll look that up. Okay. So, and by the way, everybody who's just lurking, hanging out, feel free to chime in. Say hello. We'll definitely say hello to you. What? Lurking? Did I not say? Am I slurring? Did I not drink enough?
It's funny.
You still lurking?
I like Turkey Lurkey. I always felt that was a underdeveloped character in Chicken Little. Yeah, I just felt like that was yeah. And Lucy Goosey, yeah, total slut.
Wacky Tobacco.
Yeah,
script last night.
Okay, what else you got, Ed? What's going on?
Spell check couldn't handle Wacky Tobacco.
Okay, current events. I don't know how many of you guys have been keeping up with the latest round of police lip sync challenges.
I had never heard of it till today.
Some of these this latest round started. They did it like in 2016. They did it, and this latest round actually started in Texas. Different police departments in Texas challenging each other and putting up videos. It has moved on to Virginia, West Virginia, and other states around the
Minnesota.
country. The first two that I just put up are from police departments here in Virginia in the Newport News area, which are very good. They're almost like the 1990s videos. Yeah. They're very good. And of course, the third one with the Alanis Morissette parody, it's funny as shit. I really dug that one. So I just threw them up there. Check them out if you get a chance. If you got something that's your favorite, throw it up there. Let us look at it. And yeah.
And by the way, I went and watched not only the 3 or 4 that Ed sent to us as a private group, but probably twice that many or more from other places. I tell you what, Virginia really, I think there was only one other video that compared to Hampton and who was it, Norfolk?
Norfolk, yeah.
Yeah, those two were great. There was one with cops who did Tell Me What You Want, What You Really, Really Want, and they did it at a Dunkin' Donuts. And that was fucking, what's that? Ed, what'd you say?
Donut shop, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. And then there was like 1 or 2 others that were just really good. A lot of them were like, oh, what are we going to do? And it wasn't lip syncing at all. It's, music behind them riding their motorcycles. And I'm like, that's not a lip sync
Yeah, but
contest.
what's important, I think what's important is by making these videos, they're humanizing the police department.
Yes.
And we need to remember that. These are people we're dealing with. They have good days and bad days. They don't see people at their best. So it's really fun to see them do that. And I also have to commend that they're dancing with probably 25 pounds of equipment on their hips.
Oh yeah, I've danced with a full belt on. It's not easy.
Well, and it looks like they have their
a lot of them have
their vest on,
yeah.
and like Jesus.
And by the way,
great.
Who was it that did Uptown Funk?
That was Norfolk.
Okay,
yeah.
Guys, if you could watch one, go watch that one, because whoever works for that damn police department that did the choreography for that, they themselves deserve a huge high five, because that choreography, it's like what?
If you can get him on the show.
Yep.
That would be great, yeah.
Why not?
But it is like, I don't know if it's uncut or not, but I think it's one continuous shot as they go through essentially the whole courthouse, through the back rooms, and I'm guessing the courthouse attached to the police, and it's just great as they bring in dozens of people in one continuous shot through the halls.
Yeah.
It's beautifully done.
If it is edited, it's so seamless. But I think it's one thing, and they're very local to us. We could probably get that.
Probably. And I tell you what, something else I appreciated is the diversity of people they had up front. Mm-hmm. In really any of these. I'm pleasantly surprised to see, at least the ones I saw, yeah, there was some with only white people in it. But, in general, white people don't dance as well.
Yeah, like Minnesota and stuff.
Take this how you will, but the white people don't dance as well as the Hispanic, blacks, etc. And you still had white people that could dance. I'm not putting down white people. I'm not anti-white. I just want everybody to know that. Ed, you're okay, man. I'm not.
For those of you that don't know, Travis is really white.
Yeah. If you saw me
You don't know that, though.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have a whole video on YouTube talking about my affliction of being so white. Yeah. The good news is I got over pumpkin spice because, man, that shit tastes nasty now. It's not what it was 10 years ago.
That's some nasty shit.
Yeah. And I've never liked IPAs, so I think I'm getting over being white.
I thought I was the only person in the world that didn't like IPAs.
No, dude. No, it's they're bitter and
I don't like it.
They're not
only American ones.
Really? Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know.
The British are the ones that invented IPA, and their IPA, like Twisted Thistle, is really smooth and soft. And I, in my beginnings of the love of beer, never realized it was an IPA.
See, that's.
But being Americans, we got to go badass on everything, so, which is okay.
Blending flavors.
I don't mind a 10% alcohol beer, but.
I never, when I go to appreciate a beer, I never look at the alcohol level. That is an afterthought.
We usually bet on
it. And by the way, Ian passes a compliment to you there, Ed. That was some great shit right there, bub.
Oh, cool. Thanks, dude. I just really like the Marky Mark one. I just thought that one was, absolutely
the top two. That
great.
And the Uptown Funk were the best two. And like I said, there was one other out of the dozen or 15 that I watched that matched those two. Yeah, good stuff, guys. And cheers to our police who, you know what? I don't care what you think about them. When you dial 911, who the fuck shows up? So, here's to our boys in blue, no matter what color they wear. Ed and I both have worked with the police hand in hand quite a bit through, of all things, DMV. When I worked at the truck scales on the highway patrol were based out of our highway tower, where we weigh trucks, and they do see the worst of people. But then again, I have pictures and videos of me with the state trooper as he's wearing, you remember the little weasel I'd wear on my Renaissance Fair clothing? I have one who he's bald and he's wearing it like a fucking mohawk and laughing his ass off. They're people, and they're going to treat you based on how you treat them. Dinner bell rung here. Ian, we're going
What's for supper?
Have a good time, buddy. Kennedy says, I remember a radio host who used to say, when there's danger, most run away from it, and they run towards it. Yeah. And I'm not saying some of them aren't assholes, but usually that's the younger ones that haven't learned to chill.
Have a good dinner, yet. Chuck.
Oh, that's Briar Cub leaving, not Chuck. Briar Cub, dinner bells rung.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Chuck? Chuck is Funky Punk. Who's Briar Cub?
Briar Cub, we don't know his real name. He's somewhere in the north or Midwest. Wears a kilt.
Whatever. Bring me some dinner.
Say hello to your other half for us. Enjoy your dinner, and we will talk to you if and when you come back, buddy. Yeah, he's another kilt wearer there. That's all I know. And likes hiking.
Oh, cool.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyhow.
2 hours later.
What else you got, man?
Ed, did you get that charger I sent you that you can take camping? I mean, the link I sent you.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I have one. Thank you.
Oh, no way, really? It's a wheel. You throw it in the water, and it's attached to the wires, and you I guess you anchor it, and then
you anchor it. Yeah.
The water turns this wheel, and it generates enough electricity.
And it generates power and charges shit. Yeah. Thank you. Did you send me that?
I sent that. I wish I could have sent you the real one.
Andrew, you know what? Since we're talking about this, did we get rid of that portable solar charger? Okay. I think I asked Ed if he wanted it. He already had something or something like that.
He said no.
Okay.
I gave it to someone that,
Good. By the way, Kennedy says, I have a friend I dated for a short time. They're a cop now, so I get the Facebook updates from a cop standpoint. Anytime you see any piece of news about cops, look for the other side. Figure out both sides. And then understand human beings were involved in both sides. I don't care how much training you have, what kind of cameras you have on your vest. When you get a group of angry people coming at you, things happen. So if you're in a group of angry people, don't fucking come at people with a gun, whether they have one or you have one. Bad.
Toey says the Hampton police video is categorized under pets and animals on YouTube for some reason.
Because they're saying pigs. It's an asshole.
They're a bunch of animals. That's why. Or you want to pet them after watching them sing. Either way. Yeah, Devnall. That's true. Always another side. I remember the college shit, and people are like, look what these cops did. I'm like, but what happened in the 5 minutes leading up to it?
Well, Rodney King. We saw 15 seconds of video, and we all passed judgment. When I heard about it, on the radio that morning going into work, and I was like, they thought he was dusted. Then I saw the 15 seconds of the video, and I was like, damn, they beat the fuck out of that nigga. And then I took a class. I was in armed security at the time, and I took a class later on where I get to see the whole video. I can't say I would have reacted much differently.
Yeah. By the way, there's a comedian out there that says, I can solve the cop problem. Only black people can be cops. And, you know, as much as it's a comedian's joke, he's like, white people be firefighters. They're more outdoorsy. It works out. And as much as it's
like,
a joke,
you want to buy tickets to that softball game, right?
and as much as it's a joke, I'm like, you know what? That's not actually a bad fucking idea. That would really shut down a hell of a lot of arguments, and people be like, but then there's... never mind. Devno, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Devno.
Here's to you. Yeah, it's just the bottom line is realize it's human beings, and I'm not saying a cop can't be a dick. I'm not saying he can't do wrong. I am saying if somebody reacts a way that most people go, oh my god, that's wrong, there's a fucking reason they did. And you need to be aware of that before you go passing judgment and lynching people. And also, I don't know. Anyhow, that's enough on that. So cops could
and I was listening to this the other day. It's funny, I've been doing, yoga. Sometimes I have a little trouble turning my mind off. So I listen to discussions and lectures. And Thomas Sowell has been one of the high points right now. And he was talking about the lunacy of Thomas Sowell is a conservative writer.
Okay.
He actually admitted to being a Marxist. And you'll notice he's elderly now. He's probably in the 70s, a black man. He's just smart as a whip. He freely admits being a Marxist when he was in college, and even got out of Columbia as a Marxist. And then he went to work for the government, and he became a hardcore conservative because of the waste he noticed. But I digress, and I'm forgetting my tangent here.
Welcome to the show.
He talks about the lunacy of people having an opinion who aren't experts on a subject. You're allowed to have an opinion, but then they go on the news and express it. And the example he used was when a mountain lion was near a school, and they had treated or surrounded an area, and the police were hesitant of killing it because it's a mountain lion. And all of these experts on television giving their opinion, experts in politics, but not in mountain lions. Right. And they spent hours interviewing these people. And he says that's the problem with the elites and the media right now. Is people are going on and on with these opinions, and they're not studied up on subjects.
I tell you what, I will never be interviewed. I like cougars. Kennedy, go get laid. Shut up.
Hey, Kennedy, that was David. David, not Thomas Sowell. David Sowell.
I'll never be interviewed as an expert because I have a ton of knowledge, but it's all eclectic and loose, and I am not an expert in any field, even what I do every day.
And neither are many of the people being touted on television. Many of them aren't experts, and a lot of times most of them are wrong, and they get interviewed for years and years and years.
Right. And all they're doing is expressing an opinion, which you might as well pull me in as an expert on anything.
They're prostituted for their opinion. They're political whores. They're being paid to spout off on an opinion, and they don't have any backing up to support it.
And any one of us on this show that's been on this show for more than a month could probably be an expert on a dozen different topics if we use their type of credentials. Anyhow, Ed, what else
are probably more sober than they are.
We are. I'll drink to that. Here. Bitch for being sober.
Andrew, you finish your wine?
Okay. The wine might have finished.
Birthdays! July 15th, 1961, actor Forrest Whitaker. We geeks know him as Saul Guerrero from Rogue One.
Which, by the way, let me back you up there.
Let's back up. Back it up.
So, Saul Guerrero, the character, was in Clone Wars, the animated series.
Yep, sure
and
was.
Forrest Whitaker did the voice for him in Star Wars Rebels, the animated series. Mm-hmm. He did not do it in Clone Wars because he was like 30 years old in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And what a dick in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a dick. And which it's actually a nice transition because as he got older and then finally appears in Rogue One, he's actually mellowed out, but he's more hardcore at the same time. It's weird. They did a reasonable transition, whether on purpose or accident. They tied it together nicely. And a ton of good roles. Great. I still think of Good Morning Vietnam every time I see Forrest Whitaker. But The Butler was an incredible movie if you haven't seen that.
You wrote the Butt movie?
That's what I said, Elizabeth.
Yeah, the Butt.
Because he's black and they like that shit.
Oh. No, The Butler was very good. Oh my god.
He also did a very obscure movie back in the 80s where he was like a samurai swordsman or something. Ian, Ian, you got to know what I'm talking about, dude.
I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, that was actually fairly decent.
That was like The Shadow Ways or The Shadow or something.
There you go. And Forrest Whitaker, says Ian, is one highly underrated actor. Loved him as Idi Amin in the last Scotland. Is still Ghost Dog in the Star Wars movies, says Funky Punk. Yeah, by the way, he's just... and so mellow and laid back from everything I've seen. I would love to go hang out and have dinner. Oh, let's just go wild. Let's say Morgan Freeman, Forrest Whitaker, and Samuel L. Jackson. How would that dinner be? As long as we could keep them off politics, because I'm willing to bet at least one of them are not on the same side of the tree there.
Oh, indeed. Nobody mentioned Crying Game.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen that.
And Devnall says, I kind of remember the samurai movie, and he did a great in Fast... Was Forrest Whitaker was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah,
God, he must have been skinny back then.
Yes, he was very small. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was in Platoon. He was also in...
he wasn't Black Panther.
Gosh, what's the movie about Good Morning Vietnam? He was also in
well, that's the first one I mentioned. That's one I still think of.
Oh, sorry.
The newest was... Yeah, what?
Elizabeth, did you go see movies this weekend?
I chose to write, but my goal is to go Wednesday morning. I'm going to go see Infinity Wars, no spoilers, and I'm going to sneak into Ant-Man.
Good woman. Andrea and I, the last time we went to a movie, I'm like, do you want to sneak into another one? And she's like, kind of, yeah, but then there was some reason we didn't, because we didn't have kids with us, so we could totally...
I'm frightened the whole time I'm going to get caught. I'm all nervous. I go, I don't know if I should do this.
But we're...
Well, I mean, we could just claim we're old.
Yeah. I got confused. This mustache, it's so heavy I couldn't think.
I'm so drunk. I don't know where I am.
I stuck in liquor. Is that worse than sneaking into a new movie? Which one am I in trouble for? Plays Jefferson, the football player that messes everyone up after his car is crashed in The Crying Game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still haven't seen The Crying Game ever. I feel like I should.
Yeah, it's overrated. It's just whatever.
Is it? But I've heard
it was a shocker for its time. I think.
Not nowadays.
Not now.
Yeah.
Would it have a gay person
nowadays?
in it?
It's just they another night on the sofa.
I'm not telling.
Okay, good enough. It's and for some reason I always associate John Cryer with it, probably because of the name as opposed to any other reason. And he was also in the theaters during that era a lot. Okay, what other birthdays we got?
July 18th, 1921. Speaking of outer space, astronaut and politician John Glenn. July 18th, 1950. Speaking of outer space, business magnate Richard Branson, the Virgin Airlines, blah, 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 dude.
He'd be a good conversation. By the way, we were talking to someone today about Bill Nye, and I mentioned this because Richard Branson, if anybody doesn't know, is very well known.
John and Richard at breakfast.
Right. Well, Richard Branson is known, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering the correct person, he's a well-known atheist that basically goes, here's my thoughts on this. And a lot of folks who are religious demonize him because of his views. Rightfully or wrongfully, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, they're on opposite sides of an issue here. But we were talking about Bill Nye, speaking of scientists, and how he's not actually a scientist, and how I tried to watch his show on Netflix, and I wanted to love it. I really wanted to love it. But, oh my God, it is such spoon-fed bites of information that are very... Here's all you're going to get to hear, so shut up because we're moving on. And he'll bring on opposing views and give them 8 seconds, and then give everybody else 90 seconds to talk. And by the way, I agree with his points of view for the most part, but it still feels crappy when he does that to people.
But he's not.
Yeah.
Isn't Branson the guy that had the sex island that the Clintons and Obamas and all these other celebrities would visit and hang out with?
I don't know.
Look it up. Inquiring minds want to know.
Elizabeth, I just want to say I have not been invited, but I would do a live show.
I didn't get invited.
That's because you haven't sold your soul to the devil. You're not on the calling card list.
That's right. I've tried to, but they're like, I'm sorry, we only take things of value. Oh.
Nobody wants to have sex with you on the island.
Well,
me neither.
Thanks, Skype. Everybody go follow Andrea. Devnall, follow Andrea. And right now, if anybody wants to know about Andrea's channel, then we'll go on with birthdays. Andrea's channel is her and I and 2 to 3 other people playing a tabletop role-playing game.
Elizabeth is there.
So it's anywhere from inappropriate humor to serious storylines or a blend of the two. It's great fun, and you get to throw your 2 cents in and help influence the game. Ed Walker.
Wednesday, Thursday.
The 80s. You can choose. You can help us choose the adventure. What should we do next?
That's right.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 to 10.
There you go. So. Good times. Where is Daniel? How come he's not here? Is he okay?
He's at the beach, isn't he?
Oh, good. Yeah, that's something else Thursday.
Yeah.
He can't play. I as much as I love him,
he said he's going to try.
I think he should just spend time with his family and enjoy the beach and fuck us.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know.
Fuck you.
Kennedy says that's Epstein, Elizabeth, with the sex island, which has terrible Wi-Fi, by the way.
Wait,
Kennedy?
How do you know this, Kennedy?
Do we need to bring you on the show to talk about sex? Fantasy Island, the real one. Branson is Virgin Atlantic guy.
Yeah, the Virgin guy.
Okay, go ahead, Ed. Sorry.
July 20th, 1947. Guitarist Carlos Santana.
Good music.
Yeah.
Good music.
Yeah. July 21st, 1951. Actor comedian Robin Williams.
Speaking of people who acted next to Forrest Whitaker.
Yep.
Wait, was Forrest Whitaker's birthday also this week then? So they're in the same week?
Yeah, it sure was. 15th was his, and 10 years apart. 10 years apart. And last but not least, personal birthday shout out to the lovely Sarah Gibson. Happy birthday, Sarah.
Sarah!
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Thanks for not joining us. Whatever.
She was actually here earlier, but she didn't stay on long enough to hear her birthday shout out.
If she listens to this on YouTube or whatever afterwards, we're glad to have you here. We miss you, and you never call. Hold on.
It's on the island. There's no long distance.
We do have a movie called Zombie Isle, and it's actually a really great B zombie flick. Elizabeth, next time you're here, I think you might enjoy watching that with us. And
I need to see April in it. I want to see her acting ability.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Well, aren't we going to try, if we're talking at a tavern, have a movie night once a month with independent films?
Well, I don't know about
now.
It's going to happen at least once, and then we'll look at once a month. It depends what kind of.
Well, the thing is, because thanks Skype, we got to rethink this whole damn thing.
Good point. Okay. By the way, you know who else's birthday is today? Matricula.
Oh.
So I want to give a couple more birthday shout-outs to Sarah Franco. Now, later this week, we have Kimberly Mack, my good friend who tries to listen in and fails miserably, but she might be watching this on YouTube.
I know her.
I've known her since I was 13. What a wonderful human being. Who else we got here? Tracy Jackson, who we see at all kinds of cons, a beautiful woman with a great husband.
Yeah.
If you're nasty.
And you know who has a
You
birthday?
would know her from MarsCon.
You would. She always looks great, and she does multiple different cosplays and looks wonderful. And she's fun. Jen Thurman of Retro Daddy-O. Her birthday is next
happy
Sunday,
birthday,
the
Jen.
22nd. Jen, all our love to you, sweetie. And rock that Retro Daddy-O in Williamsburg, Virginia with all kinds of geek stuff that everybody needs to go check out and have a good time there. So, okay, that's pretty much it for my birthdays. What else we got, Ed? Anybody die?
No dead people were.
It's almost break time.
Thank God. Dying of heat stroke.
We almost made it.
I like what you're doing there, Elizabeth.
It's almost
really good.
the 3rd hour.
Oh, that's funny. You need to make that as a redeemable thing.
That's a great idea.
Just something people. I'll have to record Elizabeth doing it, but I'll need to be in my bathrobe and in the bedroom when I record it.
Oh, well, you can do that when I'm done, all by yourself.
Just like normal, of course. Toad says, maybe the Fakest News can do a story about that island. Episode 3 is out. Thank you for the link, Toei. Sure do appreciate that. Kennedy says, Species, Forrest Whitaker, not a main role.
Oh, Species. I forgot about that one.
Bye, John.
Right.
Is John out of here? John, you have a great night, man. We will catch you again tomorrow for, well, whatever you can show up for, man.
Thursday.
Thursday, definitely. By the way, I introduced my son last night to Alien. He saw Alien for the first time, and tonight we're watching Aliens. So
he's like, Alien son Alien.
He said, "Where are the Mexicans?"
But they're in part 2. They actually have the female.
That's Men in Black.
They are there too. And by the way, Ian says Masa Salo, tag team partner of Mr. Fuji and managed by Captain Lou Albano, passed away today at 76 years after leaping off the top rope into his casket.
Okay.
He didn't say all that. I might have paraphrased.
That's sad.
So you like that, Ed? That we made it all the way this far?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. We will chat here for 2 more minutes, and then we will go into a break. Guys, don't forget, when we go on break, mute yourself, as we all did. Nobody forgot to. We're good. But
I'm like, I know I did.
Everybody did. But
I
also,
have to change out of this dress.
If you come back sooner, don't forget to watch for my thumbs up, and I'll bring us back quicker. Other than that, yeah, let's just go into a break right now. And maybe John will be back.
You know I don't pay attention, just turn it on anyway.
Well, my God, I hope you're talking about the video break. We'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. time for the roll call for our late night inappropriate, slightly intoxicated, and very naughty music hour. This is where the faint of heart swoon, parents put children to bed, and things heat up and get steamy. So pour another drink and strap yourself in. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Makes me wonder if I can call Skype corporate R&D department and go, look, there was a couple features that were ultimately important, and that was sharing sounds and being able to, have a regulation size thing. I'm not worried about putting Andrea in the upper right or Ed and, whatever, but to not have one person larger than all the other people.
Right.
And by the way, this is the point in time we're going to get to go back and revisit some of the other comments. Devnal, you're out of here. You have a good one, man. We will catch you again soon, I hope.
Third hour.
What? Jeanette Goldstein plays Vasquez in Aliens?
Third hour.
There you go. Look who's hiding around the corner there.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, it took a little longer to margarita. Whoop, whoop.
Margarita,
Oh.
nice. Good choice.
Yeah, I'm digging the making the syrup out of honey, and then using lime and lemon. It's really good. Oh, that one's
No, I want one. I want one.
Interesting.
Oh, Andrea, your breasts look great.
I know I'm having a good boob day.
Yeah, you are. You gotta go like third hour. Yeah.
See what Bob is.
Yeah. There's your list, Bob.
There is a couple comments we missed. By the way, Ian did say The Way of the Samurai. The Way of the Samurai.
That was it.
Kennedy says Epstein Elizabeth with the sex. Okay, we got that. Fake It's News, we got that. Devnal bailed. You have a good night. Elizabeth is echoey, but that's because she's up doing the art, so we make allowance for that. Now, a couple of things. No, you're okay. You're okay.
Do your thing.
Oh, that looks like a good cookie.
No. How do you see my cookie?
I want to see it.
First her boobs, then her cookie.
Yeah. We were talking about chocolate chip cookies. I was good. I didn't make any. I wanted to badly. Damn.
I made them.
Okay, I am scrolling back up to all these things that I said I was going to talk about before the first break. Ed, what's up?
Ed's here. Kennedy says, is Ed with us? He is.
I think because he's watching on the app that it might switch between. I don't know.
Okay.
If it does or doesn't. But yeah, he might not have pictures, so if you're quiet. Let's see here. Okay, so the romantic. Chuck said the romantic Dust Bowl of the Great Depression. How romantic. Toei said you can pick out all the bad things, but I disagree that it was a horrible time. People who lived then don't think so. She went on to say it's just that I read a lot of first-person diaries and docs from the day, and there's that positive attitude in them. Now, we'll get to that in a second.
Not nowadays.
Well, not nowadays, but people haven't had to deal with this kind of shit. When you deal with heavy shit, you find... This is why somebody watched Fiddler on the Roof with me.
Everybody gets a participation award.
Yeah, well...
And in their safe space.
Yeah, their participation award was eating dinner that night. You know, and that meant a lot. I watched Fiddler on the Roof and somebody went, "That's a really depressing movie." I'm like, no, it's full of hope. It ends in the most horrible of ways. They walk away with almost nothing, but they're still hopeful about tomorrow.
Right.
That is priceless. That sort of attitude in not diversity, what's the word I want, Elizabeth?
Tradition!
That's the song I want, not the word. I'm the papa. Wow, I hit puberty.
You know, it does end in hope, though, because the daughter who married the Christian, the Catholic, the Orthodox, he finally accepts her. He doesn't take her with him, but he wishes them, offers them a good hope.
Yeah.
So gives you the idea in the future maybe they'll have a relationship still, and so.
Right.
And people are spoiled rotten. And I say that about the kids I teach in the Bronx. They might be poor, but they are spoiled rotten. And I think people are complacent and they're lazy and they're, the internet goes down and everybody has a shitstorm.
And
imagine, not being able to eat, only one meal a day. That was the Great Depression. It wasn't good times, but you found joy and being alive and being together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's, we've gotten a little complacent and a little unappreciative. Extremely unappreciative.
By the way, let me see here. Overdrive at that point in time said the biggest failure of the government was Woodrow Wilson creating the Federal Reserve. The invisible money is created by the Federal Reserve, which is loaned to the government with debt attached. I think those were the main points we wanted to touch on or possibly discuss. Now I'm scrolling back down. Okay, yeah. So with those things, Ed, you got some thoughts on those?
Nothing other than I said before going into break. And Elizabeth has reiterated that to a T.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this only encourages us in the Ginpunk theme, in that even in the worst of times when people, whether they pull together to do it or individually do it, rise to the occasion and face the adversity and overcome it, whether that's for the moment or permanently. It's a very cool thing. And by the way, I can say something that's probably blasphemy on the show.
Go ahead.
I get that banning alcohol, all in all, would probably be a better thing for the human race. As much as I enjoy having a drink, I get we're putting a poison into our body that alters our body chemistry and our brain functions. But that being said, here's to being able to raise a glass with friends.
And by the way, hi Victoria. How you been, darling?
Victoria pop in? Or is she lurking?
She hasn't said anything yet, but I know she's here.
And I do have to agree with the sentiment that was posted. The more people have, the less they appreciate what they have. And that's actually the beauty part of struggling in life, is once you do have something more than the bare essentials, or once you're no longer struggling for the bare essentials, you're appreciative. And this is the horrible thing as a parent, where you have to decide, do I make my kids struggle, or do I make them do I give them a better life than what I had?
I say you make them struggle.
I kind of have to agree with you, because when you help them too much. What are you giggling about, Andrea?
Yeah.
What do you got, Andrea? What's going on?
The Alanis Morissette version.
You're watching the
I love that so much.
The cop video with Alanis Morissette?
Yeah. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. That's just... I'm paying attention, really.
It's okay.
You're okay. It's all good. It wouldn't be the show if we didn't wander off once in a while.
The kids having things. It's a conversation we had this weekend, as well as the sex conversation. Are we spoiled today? I grew up myself, brother, 2 sisters, and a 3-bedroom house. We all shared a bedroom. Today, when you start talking about kids sharing a bedroom,
it's illegal.
They're screaming and yelling, and in some localities, it's even illegal. Yeah, not we all shared a bedroom, but the 2 girls in a bedroom, my brother and I in a bedroom.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, and you definitely can't put two children of opposite sex in a bedroom today.
Which, you know what, the transgender thing is going to fucking throw that for a loop.
Yeah, how about that?
But anyhow,
and here's the thing: in a lot of cultures, they share rooms.
Yeah.
Americans.
You know what? How about teaching your kids not to fuck each other? Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just like, oh well, we've got a rape problem. Well, why don't we teach our guys not to rape women instead of? And Ed.
Instead of telling women don't wear stuff or whatever.
Yeah, we have all said, don't be stupid, don't go into the wrong place wearing the wrong thing, get liquored up and advertise. But the bottom line is, yes, why don't we teach folks to respect other people's personal space in the sense of, you don't attack another person for whatever selfish reason of your own.
Yeah.
Whether it's money or whatever. And this is where we could dig deep and go, well, maybe the punishment fit the crime. And I think that's another, 23 hours worth of discussion right there.
Well, in terms of sharing a bedroom, I think it's okay to not share with a girl and a guy in a bedroom. I'll use this example. My nephews are visiting, and I said, you can use my shower. My nephew is 16, and my brother says, no, he'll use the downstairs shower. And I thought, well, that was kind of aggressive. And then I started thinking about it, and I said, okay, you go ahead and take your 2-hour shower in the downstairs bathroom.
Well, but
not mine.
Beyond the bedroom, what I was getting at, there was 6 of us in a 900 square foot house. Imagine that today. That's unimaginable for most people today. Are you kidding? 6 people in a 900 square foot house,
One person in a 900 square foot house is almost unimaginable.
I bet it taught you to respect people's space.
Yeah, one bathroom. Privacy. One bathroom.
You didn't get the 2-hour shower.
No. Are you kidding? You gotta pay for that water, man.
I know.
And
my kids wouldn't have a 2-hour shower. I'll tell you that. They're ass. Go to the bedroom.
There's been plenty. Yeah, exactly. Here's a sock, kid. Go take care of business. Don't take.
But
don't
I just meant that.
3 years.
I'm okay with boy. A lot of times people, my nephews will say, "Oh, my response is always, ladies have their own space. Ladies get their own space. Well, gentlemen get their own space too.
They should,
because you're young and you're growing. And, if you can afford it, get your, have the space, or have the respect. And I do appreciate that about my family. We always, to this day, we respect each other's privacy.
And I do prefer the idea of go ahead and separate the girls from the boys. Let them have their own bedroom, even if they have to share with another sibling. But the bottom line is, I don't think somebody who is so financially crippled should be punished.
No. They'll have their kids taken away because they're struggling to care for their kids, but because you don't have enough money to get all these extra bedrooms.
Yeah.
And now, of course, we can just take our finger and go, look, but they have soda in the house, and they have cable, and they all have a smartphone. While they could not spend they could not spend money on that, but then they would be essentially living like a third world citizen in a first world country.
Well, do not forget, like cigarettes and beer and soda.
Candy. I didn't mention the others.
These are luxuries of life. These are not necessities.
Chips.
Yeah, these are luxuries. And, and I see more people just chowing down on fast food and smoking cigarettes in New York.
I feel like
it's
I
like
should hide my cigar.
$13, $14 a pack. What?
I feel like I should hide my cigar. But no, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's yeah.
Imagine, okay, and it's a little off the mark, but we're in the
yeah, we are.
I'm gonna regret that. Papa John's president resigns, their CEO resigns because he said the N-word in a conference call. Now think about this. We live in a society where I can't even imagine how many songs have repeated that word over and over again. Comedians, and I mean, you hear it every day, everywhere. And because the guy had the wrong tone, the wrong skin color, says it on a conference call, he has to resign. It's lunacy. We are losing our minds right now.
We've lost our fucking minds.
Here.
By the way, did you guys read the whole article?
Yeah, he wasn't directing it at anybody, a group of people. He said Colonel Sanders used to use the word nigger.
Which, by the way, I need the rest of the transcript for that call. Because he did say that, and of course, let's look at Colonel Sanders. That was 60 years ago, different climate. He also mentioned, when I was being raised in Illinois or whatever, people used to drag black people behind cars till they died. So I need the rest of the context. Was he going, I shouldn't get in trouble for stuff? Or was he going, times have changed? I don't know what he was doing. So he might be a total racist asshole. I don't know from the information I got from that article. I don't know. Now, if these things were said as we're discussing them right now, it's ridiculous that he was fired. If this is something that has been around and he has this attitude for years, he should have been gone long ago, just for publicity's sake. You know he's still making the money, by the way. He's not going to lose that.
Absolutely.
He's not going to suffer that much. He just doesn't have to go to work every day.
Yeah.
Toei says it annoys me so much that one employee does something dumb and the whole freaking company has to suffer through re-education camp. By the way, their stock dropped like 13% because he said the N-word, which Ed could say and I cannot. Welcome to
look at this. Look at where we live.
This is stupid.
And I don't have any urge to use the word negatively. I have the urge to use it because I'm not supposed to.
You don't even have the option.
You're like white chicks, aren't you?
I am, but they were actually black, so it's okay. No, we have lost our mind. I am a firm believer in let's tell people there's no bad words. It's how you use any word.
It's how you use them.
Yeah. If I call
it's what you do.
Yeah.
It's what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. You know, I'm so tired of that. And people are like, well, what if he says this? Walk away from him. It doesn't matter. Don't give him any power.
That's actually
what people do.
If you don't empower them by reacting to their asinine behavior, it removes a few things from the equation all of a sudden, because suddenly they're not.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
Have what they have.
I'm related to some amazing assholes, and here I have a lot of asshole in me. And sometimes assholes will just say something to stir it up.
Yeah.
Just to stir it up.
I think every single one of us on this show have said shit just to stir it up.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, what's that quote? It was in a Disney movie. It said, people are 70% water. If you don't stir them up every once in a while, they're going to stagnate.
Reasonable. By the way, I do want to mention this to everybody. Greg, which, by the way, let me see if I can clean this link up a little. There we go. Okay, so Greg Chapman, who is on the show frequently, and is going to be a regular guest host for all of August and a little bit of July, towards the end here. He has a Kickstarter going on, and by the way, it's a Kickstarter that only needs, or Indiegogo, I'm sorry, only wants $500, and what he's trying to do is raise money because he and his new bride have a show, a live show, and videos where he does juggling and magic, and she dresses as a mermaid, and the whole purpose of it is educating people about saving our seas through education and entertainment. So basically taking the next generation and showing them, hey, we need to quit throwing plastic in the ocean and killing off our wildlife because it affects our whole fucking world. And if we kill our oceans, even a small portion of them, it changes our global environment in a negative way. So all I'm saying is there's a link. Share it around, guys. If you can support it, that's awesome. But let other people know about it. Shout it out from the rooftops. And he's only got 3 days left. So yeah, give him a little support, give him a little love. And that's Greg. Okay, I'm done with that pitch. Ian says we had the same policy in boot camp. One Gomer pile and everyone ran laps. Here in the civil world, though, it doesn't work so well. Again, we want to talk about empowering people. If Ed and I want to talk about the N-word, it's an empowering conversation because we're taking the sting out of the word. But if somebody else is using it in an aggressive, attacking way, stop listening to them. It removes the power from their whatever they're doing. It's that simple. Bad words only have the power you give them. Ed, what?
We've empowered the word too damn much. We've empowered a 2-syllable word.
Which, by the way, thanks to the rap community, they took it back. Just like gay, they took back the word queer. And quite a few other phrases, they took it back.
But they haven't. They haven't, though. Because when you put on the limitations, the reining in of only these people can say it, but you don't have enough brown, you're too white, you can't say it, you have not taken it.
Did they do that, or did
you
white
have
people
given
do
it
that?
life, and it's now poisoning.
This is true.
Continuing of poisoning, it's becoming a cancerous aspect of society, and it's continuing what they can call people, accuse people of being racist, when they are the ones growing the racism.
Kennedy says I am too white.
No one's even saying. No one's even breathing.
Well,
anybody out there?
when you said that, I asked, and I don't know if you heard, but who did that? Was it the blacks and the rap community, or was it the white people going, white people can't say that now?
Well, it's everyone.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Ed. I've talked about that.
Valid point, because I've mentioned that several times on the show before too, especially in social media. The damn social justice warriors. I see so many white friends that's got to champion black people in social media all the time. Why? You don't have to. I can pick up a sword and fight my own battles.
Yeah, and by the way, support is different from champion. If Ed steps forward and says something and I back him up, that's different. But what I'm seeing in social media, they're going, you can't speak for me because you're not part of this. And I'm like, no, I'm supporting you. Calm down. I'm saying, yeah, that. Look at that, guys.
I'd like to extend on that idea, too.
Go ahead.
Because I've been watching these debates. People say, and not to turn the discussion, but to extend the example, women who, the pro-life, or it's okay to abort babies. So, I've heard women say, well, you don't have a uterus. You can't have an opinion on this.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Yes.
You're not black. You can't have an opinion about slavery or anything else. I got a friend that regularly posts on a daily basis something new that she's found about black history in America, as if, this is a big thing. She's got to tell everybody about it. And did you know? And it's like, yeah, I did know. Actually, I did know.
Is that the same one that put Obi-Wan up as Jesus?
No.
Okay, different one. Wow, you collect them.
Andrea's got a hand up. Sexy woman.
You're muted. You win the prize.
I don't know if you read this, but Kennedy says, oh shit, Ed has a sword. I want to see the sword. At first I thought Victoria wrote that, and I'm like, no, that's Kennedy.
Oh, she's gone.
I just think that's funny.
Kennedy.
I do want to thank everybody for hanging out into the third hour here. I know earlier we had dozens of people hanging out, but you guys that stick it out together.
They're all left.
You're our favorite.
What's she doing?
She's showing us boobs, I thought. That was what we were doing.
I'm sitting down. It's hot. It's so hot.
Yeah, it is.
There you are.
Oh, thank you.
Really? When are we going to get reasonable? Come on, people.
When are we going to get a raisin bowl?
That is what I said. I feel like if everybody had a raisin bowl. What?
How much wine have you drank now?
I understand exactly what he meant. So apparently, I've had a lot to drink.
Wait, which one of us were you asking, Ed?
Andrea.
Okay, just checking.
I thought he said raisin bowl.
It was a raisin ad campaign reference to Heard It Through the Grapevine, which was a black reference, so it all ties back right back. Yeah, those commercials are now racist, and we can no longer show them, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
True story.
Raisins?
Ian said,
raisins?
yes, stupid. And Ian says, I don't think I've seen Ed's sword either.
We have
black.
Our minds. Good Lord. Raisins
I'm talking so.
Jesus.
Me too, damn.
Raisins are awesome.
They are.
Hey, how did you do that?
On my webcam control.
Yeah, you got to go actually into your Windows settings.
Sometimes Skype won't let me do that. Tonight it is. There we go. I can relax and have a break.
By the way,
I need to sit right with the air conditioning.
it's Prime Day on Amazon, so there's really good deals on Amazon. I saw a 50-inch LED high-resolution 4K television for under $300. Shipped.
Stop. I can't afford shit.
Neither can we.
Where the hell are we going to put that?
I showed it to you, right on the wall where the other one is. And put that one in the bedroom so we can actually see the television from our bed.
Yeah.
It's,
I really wanted a hand blender because I was going to try out this recipe for cloud bread.
Oh.
It's just, egg and, you know it is. And,
I've had it. I've never made it. John's back. Hi, John.
I couldn't.
You get home okay? John? Go on, Elizabeth.
Can't afford. Thank you. I can't afford the $100 for the hand, so I'm just gonna whip it by hand, right? So I started.
You need $100 for a hand blender, not
the one. Yeah, the one in the store was $100, but right. So I get home and I'm just whipping the hell out of these egg whites, and it takes about 10 minutes. And then I realize I get that, and I get the cheese mixed in with the egg, and I realize it's about 100, 110 in my kitchen, and the egg whites are already separating. And I realize the recipe is not going to work, but I gave it a shot anyway.
There is a whisk out there that has basically, you remember the old tops when we were kids that you pushed the thing down and it made it spin? You remember those metal tops? They were about this big. They have a hand whisk like that when you
put it and you push it and it spins, because we have one. I love it.
Well, I don't have it in my kitchen, so
well, this may have to be fixed.
Nice.
Well, eventually. It's not a priority. I just thought
I think we have 2 of them.
Give it a shot.
I just checked.
I think it's only going to work when the kitchen isn't 110 degrees.
Wait till winter.
Then make your cloud bread. You'll be like, it's 30 degrees. No, wait. You have that force-fed heat radiator thing. You'll be opening windows because you'll still be like.
I wear shorts all year long.
Till you go outside.
What the hell is he talking about? Oh, because now John's like, cool sword. What the hell are you doing?
Ian's
showing everybody your sword.
Ian posted a link of his sword.
On Twitch?
Yes.
I gotta catch up on all these things. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's talking about a sword.
Okay. I'll go get my sword for everyone.
I am way behind.
Yeah, you will. I have a sword.
So what do you think, Andrea? Will we get a bottle of gin by the end of the week?
Yeah. Well, you will.
Andrea's allergic to the floral products in gin, so she cannot drink it. And I don't think she likes the flavor anyway, so.
I do. you're probably allergic to juniper.
Yes.
I am. And this is why, I would drink gin and things with gin in it, and I get a really bad allergy attack like with flowers. Did some research. Apparently
I know. I planted at my parents' house up on the slope. We planted, I think it was 158 juniper bushes. It was hard Virginia clay. It was a ridiculous amount of work. And my arms were swollen just from the, not the needles, but they are like pine needles.
Right.
Just scratching my arm here. So I understand.
So, can you drink gin? Do you react when you drink gin? How about that?
I had a interesting, probably one of the first major drunk mistakes as a teenager was with gin. And for years, I couldn't even smell it. I think now I can. I don't.
And it is black. It's long and black.
There we go.
That's a nice sword.
Ian, I have found Seagram's extra dry gin is a good mixer. Alone, not so much. I like Amsterdam. It's good for gin and tonics. Actually, Broker's is better for gin and tonic, and it's not too expensive. Amsterdam, not too expensive. Works very well for martinis, especially like a dirty martini.
Is Broker's the one with the hat?
It is. It's got a little derby on it.
Yeah, I have it.
I find I like mixed drinks at home because I make them the way I want. And when I go out, they tend to be made, well, number one, they're always very expensive. They're usually too small, and they're just, shoved out.
Yeah,
and it doesn't last. Whereas, a mixed drink like this size, this would be at least $12
in New York.
At least.
In Virginia, $7 on special.
Well,
yeah.
The margaritas
barely last. The beer at least lasts a little longer.
Yeah.
The margaritas at the Mexican restaurant. You had one when you came down for your birthday.
The Presidente.
That was good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was very happy after that. And then we made more videos.
And you two shared it. And it was.
And what?
And you two
No,
shared
we got
it. Did you?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
no, we didn't.
No, we got our own for our birthdays. And wore a sombrero. There's a video.
There is.
There is.
There's always a video.
I don't think that's hit one of the refill breaks yet because I'm waiting to collect enough to do that. Yeah, we were just discussing. We should talk about alcohols when we were young. That's what I wanted to talk about. My first drunk was on. Oh, it was horrible. It was all kinds of alcohol, but I remember the creme de menthe a lot. I was about 13. We skipped school, my brother, my buddy, and me. And yeah, we also had fried bologna, where you put in a skillet, it makes a little dome, and then you eat it with the alcohol. At 13, probably 80 pounds. Me, not the alcohol. Yeah, and then after that, in my late teens, 18, 19, 20, whatever, vodka. Had a couple of vodka drunks, and it was cheap vodka. And I don't know if that's why I don't like vodka now, but I just still, to this day, I could drink it, but I don't enjoy it very much. By the way, Kennedy says, yeah, Elizabeth, too expensive, too small, and doesn't last. I am sad. That really goes for everything in life.
Is that a sword?
But we're Americans. There is something to be said in a small portion of something that is awesome. It's worth having a small portion of just to savor that moment or that item.
Well,
I tell women that all the time.
I find that, like, if you go to a rum and coke, right, which is an easy drink to make, they generally, they take a cup like this, which is wrong. Right away, for me, that's wrong. You need a taller glass, and then they shove all the size into it, and then they put the gin in there, and then the Coke, there's not enough room for the Coke, and then it's a tan, your drink, or maybe a little darker. And a rum and Coke, you should be Coke, like most of the can of Coke and rum. And put it in a big drinking glass. I'm giving you $12 for this damn drink. I want the entire fucking can.
Yeah. That's reasonable. And I've worked at restaurants and people are like, oh, well, I want it as you describe. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, no problem. And then I go to the bar and they're like, we're still putting the same amount of rum. I'm like, that's fine. They don't care.
Fine.
They just don't want 80% ice, then that much rum and that much Coke. They want, give them 80% Coke, 20% rum. They're not complaining about that. But just don't stack it with ice so you get this watered down version of the drink. Toei out of here. Toei, your channel's looking great. Hope you're enjoying your expansion there. Everybody, let's do a shout out for Toei. Give me a second. Toei, I forgot to do this earlier.
Oh, I was watching Toei's a little bit today while you got your haircut.
There we go. Check out her channel. Follow her. There you go. Kennedy says, oh, damn, Elizabeth, you have to do a review on this video. You know, how about instead of a review, just how to make a proper mixed drink? There is nothing wrong with more Coke than rum. There's nothing wrong with that. But
always go with more soda instead of more ice.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's coming out of a tap. It's cold. It's chilled. You know, why do you need the ice?
Right.
And a lot of times, a secret a lot of people don't know is restaurants, a lot of times the Coke is free because you're buying beer and all these other products. So, you know, throw that sugar in there. Come on.
And if you have
to, lazy bartending.
Order a Coke to start and then order a rum and Coke on the side. Drink half your Coke down and pour that fucking thing into it.
Angela just hosted this channel.
Hey!
Hey!
Thanks for the host. Appreciate that. Here's to you. It's Kennedy says, nothing proper about that recipe. I used to mix drinks for my friend and myself, and he was always like, oh, mix it how you drink it, Travis. Now, I do, especially in my early years, would drink like half rum, half Coke. And we'd make them in the big 7-Eleven tumblers. And he would get wasted quite a bit quicker than I would. I have a higher tolerance than some folks, and the bottom line is, if you can't taste the Coke, maybe it's a little too much rum. Because you're there for the flavor. If you're there to get drunk...
I prefer Pepsi. Pepsi made with sugar and spiced rum.
Yeah, then it tastes like a vanilla Coke, and it's delightful. And if you're there to get drunk, you know what? Pour yourself a shot or two or a double shot of rum, shoot it back, chase it with your rum and Coke made with the proper proportions, and then enjoy a rum and Coke afterwards. And that way you get your buzz that you're looking for, but you still get a good tasting drink. It's not that hard.
I'm sorry. And people say, oh, it's not about the proportions. You know what? It's going in my body. I'm going to have it the way I fucking want it while I live in the land of the free.
That's right.
You know, and if I want a whole damn Coke, you know, when I'm on an airplane, a lot of times the stewardess, most of the time the stewardess asks, would you like the whole can? I say, yes, thank you very much. Because, you know, when I'm at a bar, it's going to cost me money. I want it the way I want it. And then, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and when a bartender hands me a bottle, bartender's going to get an extra tip from me when they say, would you like a glass with your beer? Because if it's not on tap and they just hand me a bottle, I feel like a whore. When they say, would you like a glass? And then they give me one. And if they give me one with a head, that's when they get the big tip. Or when they ask me, would you like a head on your beer? And I say, yes, please.
Yeah. And it's not that hard to put a head on the beer. You just, for the last third of it, you pour in the middle and let it foam a bit. Not that hard.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's just being good at your job. Just being proud of what you do and offering, you know, being a server, serving someone so they get what they like.
Kennedy says, I want to shoot weapons with Ed. Is there a shooting with Ed excursion? There can be if Ed is up to it, which I don't think he's against the concept.
Takes
we
a
will be selecting.
A lot of bits.
Yeah, a lot of bits. You got to cover the money for the ammo. And it also depends what you're bringing to the excursion. You know, if you're matching, then less bits. But if you're like, I want to show up and use Ed's weapon, that's a special.
Yeah, you can do that.
There's some people that want to show up and use his weapon.
You want to grab the sword?
So what was your guys, like, young drunk that made you go, oh, I can't.
Canadian Mist.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I was myself and two buddies, we were all three big Canadian Mist drinkers in high school. Also in high school, I was a big Dr. Pepper drinker.
Mm.
3 of us went out for the 18th birthday of one. We split a fifth of Canadian Mist. We had nothing else to chase it with but Dr. Pepper. Finished that off, was still thirsty. We had some warm Millers in the back of the car in the trunk. Finished those off. Let me tell you, I couldn't put anything sweet in my mouth for 2 fucking weeks, and I haven't had a Dr. Pepper since.
I had vodka and Dr. Pepper. There's one of my worst drunks where I had alcohol poisoning. My roommate had it worse. But yeah, they went, well, get the cheap vodka, put it in the freezer, and you chase with Dr. Pepper. And yeah, by the end of the night...
Tastes good, damn.
It's... Well, also, I know my limit. Even when I'm drunk, I'm like, I'm done. I can't have more, and I know this. And there's always that one friend, and when I'm drunk, my resistance of people pushing drinks at me is weak. And yeah, I said, I've hit my limit. I'm done. And they're, oh, just one more. And the next day, well, I remember waking up in a girl's apartment who I didn't know, and there's vomit just fanned across the wall above the couch where I was sleeping. And
Is it like Santa Clarita Diet?
Kind of, yeah. But when I woke up, I'm sitting on the couch. The coffee table, which was one of those X-wood things, and you put the top on top of it, had been knocked down. There's spray of vomit across the wall, and the cops are standing in front of me going, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. Much.
Well, later she told my friends that the cops found me running naked through the street, which absolutely not. I woke up sitting on the couch fully dressed. Her apartment a mess. Fuck yeah, it's absolutely. But Kennedy says I had a wrestling match with tequila, and note that I wrestled, and now I can only wrestle with tequila with when I'm at least 2 weight classes up. Yeah, it's... Let me do this as a public service announcement. Not that our current audience needs it. If somebody says they've hit their limit, do not push another drink on them, ever.
Yeah.
Listen to them, because they are drunk. They will take that next drink after 3 minutes of encouragement. Don't, and I've had this multiple times. Oh, we're just going to throw it away, this cranberry juice and vodka. And, yeah, that's when I was 35 and somebody did that. And, don't do it. Ian says I was half gallon of Jack Daniels in a weekend kind of drunk. Amazing I don't have liver failure. Fingers crossed. Was that this past weekend, Ian? What about you, Andrea? What's yours? Because we all have these stories.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh.
Mixed it with some Sprite. That's just... I no. Won't touch it anymore.
I remember, I guess I was in my early 30s, and somebody brought over Boone's Farm or Mad's Dog. I don't remember which. They're the same in my world. And they're like, try this. And I took a drink, and I'm like, oh no, I'm done. I didn't even get
okay, past, that's the Mad Dog.
It could be either one. They were both nasty.
Boone's Farm's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like Kool-Aid. Yeah, Tickle Pink, baby.
You know, I miss wine coolers. They were good.
Mad Dog was thick and over. It was too sweet and oh god.
Yeah, don't push drinks on your drunk friends. Let them say no. And then get them a glass of goddamn water.
Leave people to their own vices.
That's right.
Just allow them to,
You know, it's different if you go, oh, no more for you. That might be reasonable.
My gin was, we didn't know how to drink it. We didn't know how to order it. It was at a German bar, so we just ordered it straight.
Oh.
And a bunch of old guys, so they thought it was funny, and they were just serving it to us. They were drinking gin straight. I remember my friend was throwing up one. It's a hell of a night. And, that was in the 80s, and remember that hairnet? That hairspray?
Aquaspray?
Yes.
Oh, Aquanet.
No, Aquanet.
Oh, Aquanet. Oh,
Aquanet, yeah.
Oh, I'd spray my hair like that. God.
Okay, John has a good point. Push your drunk friend to buy you more. That's okay. Because I would like to think we're all smart enough, before we go out drinking, only bring so much money. And when you're out of money, you're done drinking.
Well...
I always hated when I did the beer and wine tastings that people would show up for the tasting already drunk. So then, whatever they were drinking, they're pouring in wine on top of it, which is not going to go well.
Nope.
If you're going to drink to excess, stay home. I agree to stay home, then go out because the driving and the people. If you're going to barf, you want to do it in your own place.
Well, also, you could go lay
I know
down
my toilet's clean.
I didn't drink a lot when my kids were young, says Kennedy, as it may have been a thing in my family. Thanksgiving, daughter, Daddy drinks a lot. Host, really? Daughter, yeah, my daddy buys a 6-pack and 3 days later it's gone. Yeah. How long ago did I buy that 12-pack of IPA and I had the...
Because you bought a 12-pack of IPA.
IPA.
Yeah. Well, even if it was something that I would drink, you know, like a lager, like even Younglings or Black and Tan, it would still be the same amount. It's, yeah, just like that's the first brand.
Yeah, but at least then when you drink it, you're not like, oh, that's disgusting, and then just drink it anyway.
It's only disgusting on the first sip. You know, you commit.
That's why you often see all of us going, oh, we've got this alcohol and a glass of water. Because
absolutely,
we know more now. And, yeah.
I've never woken up to police in the room with
Or accusations that I was naked in the street 20 minutes earlier, which obviously I wasn't. Everything.
Are you sure?
No, but yeah, this girl who
this is before it's before these things, so nobody knows.
That's right. That's right.
There's no proof it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's because now if that happened, I would have video of myself doing it.
That's crazy. You must see that's booze. Get you riled up, man.
Well, that's the thing. I like to say I never black out, and that's the closest thing because I laid down and went to sleep, and then when I woke up, that was the situation, and you know.
That could be blacking out.
Well, I was conscious of what was happening until I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I was already sitting up in the situation. So, yeah, it's...
About 10, 11, 15 years ago, I had a friend, and he would insist that I don't get hangovers. Right? And I'd say, well, you're not drinking enough. He would insist that he doesn't get hangovers.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He just was a dick. He said, well, I'm just dehydrated. Yes.
That's a hangover. Exactly. Overdrive, welcome back. Glad to see you. Glad you're a glutton for punishment. Here's the gluttony of that sort. Ian says, I need ice cold Zima.
Ian misses...
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Andrew.
You already started reading it.
Okay. Ian says, I miss ice cold Zimas after re-shingling my house or splitting wood for the furnace. Overdrive say, they still sell Zima? They do.
Yeah.
They do.
They brought it back.
Yeah, about 2 years ago they brought it back, and it's not easy to find, but it's there. It's even in Walmart, so you just gotta look for it. What are you getting,
They're
Ed?
fun. Just in a hot day.
Are you doing ice water, or are you getting another added to your whiskey? What are you drinking again? You still Jack Daniels?
Yeah, Jack Daniels, single barrel.
Yeah. So.
I still want to go to a wine tasting and tour at a vineyard and dress up Ginpunk.
That's right. Thanks, Skype. Skype says it's a poor network connection, and it puts it right in the middle of my goddamn screen, so everybody gets to see it. Here's to fuck you, Skype.
Yeah, fuck you, Skype.
There's no emoji for that. See, that needs to be an emoji.
Yeah. With the word Skype in a thought bubble. We got about 10 minutes.
How much time we got?
10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
You got to go over to Virtual International Pub where Ian just posted it's Samuel L. Jackson's fault.
What?
Can you grab a link for VIP and throw it in the thing here?
I will do that.
Thank you, sir. Ian says, wouldn't mind seeing the hilt of Ed's sword again. And say they brought it back like Little Caesars. I liked their pizza back in the day. Now it's a gastrointestinal meltdown waiting to happen
it's horrible.
In a cardboard box. And by the way, Kennedy, yes. Kennedy says, what? There's lots of wine tasting and good stuff at vineyards. Yeah, there is. And we have a lot of vineyards around here. And Andrea's not saying we can't find them. She's just saying she wants to go. That's all.
I want to go dressed up with a group of people. I can go by myself. For my other job, I went to a bunch of them. But I never got to go on a tour. So, now I want to.
It's upcoming this week. We're doing Ginpunk all week, but we're mixing in other topics. So tomorrow on Talk of the Tavern from 3 to 6, we're doing Tweaking Twitch. So yeah, basically,
now.
It's going to be a tech show where we're rearranging all the shit we've done, cleaning up our channels a little bit, in adding things via Steam Labs and Stream Elements that Andrea's missing on her channel. So yeah, and also now I was talking about like figuring out the music thing, and now we're fucked on that, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Yep.
have.
God damn it!
That makes me very sad.
See, I wish like the microphone button, if you hit it and just mute it, it also had share sounds. Yeah, maybe I'll try contacting Skype directly. Going, what the hell? You want to turn it around the other way too, Ed? Show the other side?
Oh, sure. I'll turn that way.
We're not twerking on Twitch.
Ah, okay. No, there you go. That side. There you go. Where the opening for the hand.
The opening right there? Yeah, sure.
Show us the opening.
There's the opening.
And do you put your finger like a trigger for it to help?
I do.
Yes. That's generally the way using that type of sword you want to do is it helps you with as you turn and thrust and do what you will with that statement.
Ian says, Ginpunk at the Vineyards, golly gee.
That
and
sounds
Roughhead, we are not twerking on Twitch. Kennedy.
Next Monday night, we have an awesome topic that I'm looking forward to, which is conspiracy and the shape-shifting lizard people. We're going to be discussing that. The conspiracy theory that there is a species of well-aged lizard people who actually run the world in secret. And I tell you what, no, I'll wait till next week.
For years, I always told my father, and I didn't know about these lizard people, but I just remembered the show, how it said Hillary's face would like slide off one day.
We're all waiting, and yeah, but we'll save that for next show, because yeah, there's a lot of common sense shit that needs to come into play there that doesn't. Let's see who we're going to.
Who are we going to raid?
Raid.
Okay, what do we got here? I've gone and pulled in more streamers. Bonsai Baby is wrestling the Kraken again. We do have some music stuff. We have some Shadowrun gaming going on with the Bubbernaut. Or we could just go Doctor Who again and everybody could get their tickets.
Don't matter. And is it I or exclamation point raid for the thing?
Just exclamation point raid. Yeah. So what do you guys think? We got music, we got tabletop gaming, we got video games, or we got Doctor Who?
Who?
Oh.
Who? Good. Because the bottom line is I want to get done with the work I got to do, and I want to go watch Aliens Part 2 there with my son.
Cool.
Did you guys see the booby video I posted?
Booby video?
Oh, you need to check that out in VIP.
Where did you post it?
Oh, the woman breaking stuff with her boobs.
Oh, that was
Yes,
horrid.
I saw that was you. I'm like, what the hell? Just the one.
Which, by the way, the Little Mermaid one you
I watched
posted,
it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, the Little Mermaid is
that
fabulous.
was incredible, artistic, and wonderfully done. And people are like, oh, he's making fun of it. I don't think he was. I think he did a beautiful job. Did you watch it, Ed?
I think he was paying homage to it.
Yeah. It is, and the people who you see ducking behind him, moving the material
he's a
for him.
showman. He's gonna be.
That was wonderful. So what do we got?
It was
here?
fun to hear in French too.
You're back on the poopy video, aren't you?
I
watched
I just
8 seconds. I had to stop with that video.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
yes.
Fascinated. I'm like,
I almost passed out.
I assume it's the
How does
equivalent
she
for
walk?
the ladies as like nut shot videos for dudes, which they're both just, they don't disgust me, they don't horrify me. I just go, oh, why is this entertainment? Oh.
how did they know they could do that? What?
Well, can you imagine where she figured out, hey, look what I can do? Kennedy says, Kennedy was killed by NASA because he knew the moon landing would be faked. And by the way, everybody, Ed posted the link to... Oh, no, I meant here. I wanted to... for any of you that aren't on Facebook... Hold on, let me take this off. I want to do this real quick. We got 5 minutes. Yeah, I talked about what we're doing next. Let's pop over here. Boop. And pop over to VIP. Hi, squirrely girl. Oh.
I see her.
I want to grab this, the Virtual International Pub, and put it right here for you guys. Make sure you join that. And Overdrive, I know you're not on Facebook, so don't worry about that. You act like a woman crushing objects with her boobs is a highbrow performance art of the highest order. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You got me. You're right. So that's that. Thanks for hanging out with us to the end. We got 4 minutes to go, so we're going to bullshit and whatnot. This week on Andrea's channel, we do have a game of Crypto Mysteries on Tuesday, which is steampunk. So it's Cthulhu meets Scooby-Doo with a sprinkling of Dresden Files and Supernatural. Wednesday, we have Space Adventures, where it's like Firefly meets the Three Stooges. And then Thursday, with Elizabeth also, we have After Hours City Defenders, where we have a group of superheroes set at one of the... They're actually... 2 out of the 3 are set in worlds that I write in. So, I'll pimp my books along the way.
Oh my goodness.
You got me on that one, Overdrive. Exudes something. It's a... yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm posting my version of hell in the group.
Your version of oh. I'll check that out in a little bit. I do have all the stuff that I have to do to. I might do that work tomorrow and just go spend time with my boy tonight. That work might wait for tomorrow. I'll do a little bit tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe start it up and before and after the movie pop in. Yeah, we are. When Elizabeth talks, we're in Masterpiece Theater mode.
You like my backdrop?
I do.
It's great.
Now, who'd you get that from?
I just stuck it on the wall.
I like your front drop, too.
Yeah. I got this from Spacey Tracy for my birthday.
Aww.
And I cleared a spot and just stuck it to the wall, so I don't have to put the bars up.
John,
I need more backdrops, so I'll put them all over the room.
John, I forgot to ask you, and this is no pressure, there is no time thing, but you, at one point in time, there was the piece of Talk of the Tavern art that I won the drawing on, and I'm just curious how that's coming. And I will contact you regarding the art for one of those books and everything. I just didn't have a chance after I got home today. Overdrive, we're always a pleasure to have you hang out. Ian, you have a great night. Glad you hung out the whole time. We are down to 1 minute. Let's throw up some music. Let's throw up a raid. Let's get the hell out of here. You guys are awesome.
Let's throw up.
No, let's not throw up. Here's to drinking and not throwing up. Oh my God.
Woohoo!
And we have one more toast during the closing. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us in the discussion.
If you guys want to hear it,
You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day.
Enjoy the small moments every day.
Dreams every
dreams at night.